Okay, I am talking, hello. Dude, I'm sorry. There's an app I use usually that connects my mic to something else to up my volume, to make it more whatever. Problem is, why the fuck did you hit me? That's toxic occupation on me, first of all. The problem with it is that sometimes it just decides, toxic, to just close itself. And so I didn't realize it was closed because it's not like connected. It's not like I have it open all the time. But sometimes it just decides, oh, let's just not exist. But yeah, my apologies. I wasn't expecting it to basically be closed. I hate this program, but it's the only thing to really keep my mic at a consistent volume, especially when I'm in Discord and shit like that. I like the compressor on it. That's literally the only reason I fucking use it. Because my friends bitch about my mic otherwise. Because I'm like inconsistently sitting down or some shit. Like I'm one of those motherfuckers that just doesn't have the same sitting position in their desk. But I'm alive. I'm alive. And thank you everyone for stopping by, whoever is here. Today we're yapping. I'm a little tired. We bitch about it regardless. I'm gonna throw a chair at you. Anyway. Excuses. Your face is an excuse. I'm gonna drink water. I have a lot of water right here. But yeah, it's been a bit. Now, I got some fun stories, guys. I got some really fun stories because you see, you know, our last stream was on Thursday. You might be wondering, well, why did Kiji not stream over the weekend? You know, what ne'er-do-well things he's doing? I went to a con. That basically, if you saw my Twitter thumbnail, it was a con. I went to a con. I've been talking about it for ages, but I finally actually got to go to it. And it was fun, I guess. Okay, I'll be admit, it was kind of a wash. A wash. Eating strawberry goldfish crackers, nice. Okay, it's good. But what happened, right? For clarity, what happened to me was this, right? So I went with my club. This was a con in Alabama, which I don't live in. I don't mind saying this, but I went to a con in Alabama because I live in the South. Scratching my butt. And you know, I went with my club and everything. We're supposed to like all take like, you know, different groups of cars or whatever, because not everyone drives, including me. So I was in this group with three other dudes I know decently well. Like, there's one's the vice president, one's like the fucking, I forget the title. He's like secretary, I think. He's some position like that. Well, he's just some lesser position, and then it's just one of my friends that like I know pretty damn well, that we're like tight with. Our group is what I like to call the more or less responsible group, because a lot of people literally just left and skipped all their classes. We couldn't. One of them skipped a class. The rest of us went to our classes, which I only had one of that day, luckily, out with the homies. Yeah, no, it was sick. I had 2 exams that week, but then on Friday I only had like 1 class, and I had to turn in some homework, so I couldn't just skip it if I wanted to. So I turned it in, and I was like, okay, this is fine. We'll just go at like whenever we can. We ended up leaving earlier because my last guy skipped a class, so it would have made us have to leave at like 3 p.m. But we left pretty early, a lot earlier, but we ended up showing up to this place pretty damn late. I'm not gonna say how long, because that might be a little bad, but it took a bit. And by the time we got there, most of the shit was closed, which kind of sucks, but it's what it is. But most of the day, we just basically like had like a little scout party, whatever, doing things. Everyone else was already there, and we wanted to hit up our friends once, but we kind of already knew that they are fucking alcoholics, so we didn't want to deal with that while we're all sober, especially when we just got there. So the vice president dude basically went over there, said, hey, we're here, whatever. Basically let them know that we're alive, and we all left and just go to the con while they stayed in one of their rooms after they already basically explored for the day. We went around, we saw some like arcade stuff. I don't have any photos, unfortunately, because I didn't take any. But they had this like arcade set up there that we kind of messed around with. We played some Smash. We saw one of our friends who entered like a Smash tournament. So he was practicing. He's like really good. He's like semi-pro, if not pro, some shit like that. We dicked around, saw some stuff. It was cool. We played some arcade games. There was some really cool ones, actually. Like, there's a game I kept calling Train Game. I forget what it's called, but it's some Japanese arcade game where you get this, like, you basically conduct a fucking train, like, in a fucking, like, Japan, like, train line. And it's surprisingly difficult because you have to be on your ship. It's really fun. And some of my friends apparently played it before because they have one back where they're from, and I'm like, what the fuck? It was really silly, but it was really fun. They had a Crazy Taxi arcade game, which was really fun. I sucked at that. There was a sniper game made by fucking Konami, which I was like, what the fuck? It was a lot more fun than I expected because you literally had a screen. You had a little sniper scope and everything that had like a little screen in the game, and it was fucking awesome. I sucked at that game, but it was really fun. Drinking water. But after, I know during it, when we were like playing Mario Kart at some point, because they had a lot of Switch games, and at one point we were just like, yeah, fuck it, let's play some Mario Kart, because, you know, be a little fun, be a little, I don't know what word I was gonna say. It was just fun, because there was like 4 of us, maybe 5. We were just dicking around. At one point, apparently one of the guys was concerned we weren't there yet, because even though they saw the VP there, they didn't realize. The people just didn't realize he was there. He was only there very briefly, but so people didn't connect in his head that we were here. So literally, people started calling all of us, and I was the only one to pick up the phone mid-game, and I was like on my thing juggling. I was like, yeah, we're here, we're playing Mario Kart right now, we're with so-and-so, and he's like, where are you guys? I'm like, we're in the con, we're on the fucking thing. And while we were walking back, I was like, okay, we should probably go to their room and say hi and stuff to make sure they know we're not dead. And so we stopped by, and everyone's fucking plastered. Like, they brought a lot of drinks. They drank most of it on fucking Friday, which I was kind of peeved about, low-key. Because it's like, dude, we just got there and you drank basically almost the entire supply of shit. It's insane. One of the actual president is this girl that I know. She's alright. But she ended up being so drunk, she had to be, like, fucking carried out, which is insane to me. You gotta go be right back. Alright, see you, Silly Ollie. It's, like, kind of spooky. Like, they generally had some drinking issues. I didn't drink anything that night. I didn't actually drink anything that night, surprisingly enough, but they went way too hard. Oh, that didn't play. Why the fuck? Twitch sound alerts. Are you high? Yeah, let me refund your points, Charlie. I feel bad now. I was talking about my con stuff because stuff happened. I ended up staying there for a bit, dealing with some of them just bullshitting. One of my friends is being really silly because when he gets drunk, he just starts speaking in old English, like an old-timey, like, Renaissance man, and it's kind of funny just to mess with him. I'm here. Welcome, Grubby. But it was really funny because straight up, what's the word? He just started roasting people in old English, and it was really stupid. Oh god, why do I have stuff from last year? Oh, it's tragic. Oh no. Damn. Whatever, it's fine. Damn. What the fuck? Okay, we're just gonna select all these, and there you go. Okay, I apparently did a thing. Completing those apparently do stuff. Whatever, that's fine. We're gonna... Oh, wait, that's not even stuff, the recent stuff. Okay, whatever. Old English, like Shakespearean Old English, or Beowulf Old English, like nearly unintelligible. Like, it's intelligible. It's definitely clear what you're talking about. It's like, in a way, Shakespearean. Like, you know, people being like, oh, we did an entire bit like, oh, you bite your thumb at me kind of bullshit. That kind of shit. Nothing too serious other than that. It's really funny shit. So I got distracted really hard. But, like, he straight up, like, I can't remember some of the shit it was, because I was tired as hell. But, you know, he just started roasting people in Old English, being like, oh, bro. Like, just think of how a guy from the Renaissance Fair would, like, insult people. That's basically how it was. It wasn't anything more than that, unfortunately. But it was still really funny, and you could tell that was, like, that man does not get wasted often, so he was having a good time. Fuck, it was kind of boring otherwise, so we just ended up going to our room, which is like, you know, it was a fucking hotel room, which is never fucking good, you know? It's never good. There's an early modern English, well, you know, maybe, but it's funny, regardless, you know? It's funny, okay? That's the main thing, it's funny. But funny enough, the thing is that when it came to our sleeping things, it's like, okay, our group are like, okay, who should sleep with you, etc. Because it's like they only give you 2 beds and you have to share between 4 people, so some people have to share a bed and everything. We didn't necessarily do that. Because you see, thank you for that bad drop shutter. I don't know why it didn't work. Why is everything breaking today? I don't know. That's Twitch hates you, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Scammed. I don't know why it didn't, but it's my heart goes out to you. But I'm talking about my con stuff. So one of my friends was basically saying, oh, I can't be sleeping with anyone because I move a lot in my sleep. I roll over and like take all of the space, whatever. And he's like, okay, fine, you don't have to sleep with anyone. And one of the other dudes was like, yeah, I apparently fight in my sleep. And we were all like kind of mouth agape to like, what the fuck are you talking about, sir? You what? Yeah, apparently in his sleep, he just starts like throwing hands and he has to wear a weighted blanket at night. Otherwise, he does things. I get that kick a lot in my sleep. I never heard of that before. For me, it's the floor. I mean, voluntary. Dude, yeah, no, that's what one of them did. The dude that moved around in his sleep a lot volunteered to get on the floor. We made a setup for him, because here's the thing, right? The temperature was alright. Well, it was air conditioned. We don't need comforters. So we removed both of our comforters off our bed, because there's blankets underneath there. One of them served as essentially a mattress, and the other one, I think he either used both or whatever, but he basically turned it into like a futon kind of thing. We gave him like all pillows and shit. It worked out surprisingly well. He liked it a lot. Because initially he was just gonna sit in that fucking cuck chair that's in like every hotel room ever, you know? You've seen the ones. But it's like, we made a solution and whatever. But me and the other guy, me and the last dude were just like, okay, well, we'll just sleep together. And we're all like, okay, who snores? And then everyone's like, oh, the only one person admitted to snoring. Fucking 2 of them did, but not the point. I didn't snore, but we went to bed. I woke up, we woke up, we were like, oh, let's wake up really early. We didn't. We ended up just bullshitting around, complaining about certain things, etc., etc. That kind of shit. But we woke up still early enough to experience a con. We were like one of the first groups out because, again, they just stayed up all night fucking drinking, literally drinking away almost all the alcohol like a fucking alcoholic. But we woke up. Apparently, I moved around a lot in my sleep too, which caused my friend to not stay up. And I was like, dude, you also stole all the blankets when we were asleep. I was trying to sleep and I didn't have fucking sheets at one point. But it was silly shit. We went out then, we just started fucking around. We wanted to go to the vendor hall that was there, but it wasn't open when the cons opened. So we were like, okay, we gotta bullshit a bit. So we did, we just played some games, did whatever, fucked around. At one point the con was open, and I just kind of left the group to just go explore it. I ate lunch, I ate some like chicken fucking tendies, because fucking con food's so expensive, dude. It's actually crazy. It was like $15, which is insane. Whoever thinks it's okay to make that expensive is fucking crazy. But I had some, and I was hungry. I also had some like shake thing, and I ended up spilling on the floor and me feeling really bad about it. But it was okay, because where we were, it was like, hey, put your drinks on the floor. So they knew people were going to spill. And I told the worker, I wasn't just leaving it there, you know? I did my job. But I ended up leaving, exploring the thing. Called one of my friends, was like, hey, where are you? He was like, oh, we're gonna be there soon. At some point, I just hit up some friends, and we just window shopped the vendor hall. It was aight. I didn't even find anything I wanted to buy. I didn't buy anything, which was shocking. Like, I was going there expecting not to buy much because I'm broke. I had some money that my parents gave me ages ago that I was like, I could use it here. Then I didn't. I didn't do anything with it. But there's a reason for that later. So, Saturday was supposed to be my big day. This was a big day that I was going to, like, fucking fuck around with, because we planned on leaving early Sunday. So, we only really had a day to really make this, like, pop off. And this will come very sadly soon later. So, vendor hall was alright. I liked window shopping. I saw some cool things. Looked at a bunch of like Pokemon plushes because they were cute. Didn't buy any though. Dicked around, whatever. The only thing that I kept trying to do... I talked about this before, but there is a girl in our club that, for some reason, is really into me. And I'm not into her in the slightest because she has fucking problems. But that's beside the point. So I was just trying to avoid her. Which sounds really mean, but trust me, the cute one, she is not cute, Marlelli. She is... That's kind of mean, actually, but she's not cute in personality. She's kind of a bitch. so I don't really want to hang out with. But her and another friend was like the first people we found, and I kept trying to ditch them. Look, at one point I did, and it's whatever. When I was hanging out, you can fix her. No, I cannot. No, I cannot. That woman has actually been sent to the psych ward. No, I'm not. That's not. No. She's an alcoholic that's been sent to the psych ward that threatened to do a lot of things to when she got ousted out of a friend group. No. Spice says this is good for the health. You guys can fucking have her then. I don't want to touch her with a 5-foot pole. I have made that kind of clear with my actions, but I didn't purposely say anything. Girl having fun? No. Whatever, not the point. Either way. I ended up hanging out with one of my friends who was dressed up as a fucking, like, Eggman from a Sonic, because he's bald. He's bald and, like, so he rocks it really well. He's like, fucking, I'm going as Eggman this year. So he had, like, fucking, like, pillow in his belly and everything, and everyone's like, dude, we gotta get photos of this guy, because he was, like, the best fucking Eggman dude there, because, again, he had no hair. He had no hair, so it just worked so well. He had the glasses and everything, little chubby because he has a pillow in his thing. He had fucking little fake emeralds and everything. If you ever go bald, we make the Vtuber bald. Yeah, I guess if it looks right, I don't fucking know, but I'm never going bald because I have nice luscious hair. He and my friend ended up going bald because he ended up getting an early receding hairline that he felt bad about, and at one point he was just like, I'll just cut it all off, and it looked so much better when he was bald. And he keeps it bald, like, he still has hair technically coming back, but he just shaves it. As me and my brother said, it's honestly a thing that I think most people should just go with. It's at least the bald stuff, it's like, hey, if you can really rock the look, just keep it. Like, bald's a nice look if you can really rock it. And my friend does. I think he does. So he fucking looks fucking poggy. He looks so much better than he did with hair. But I ended up messing around with them. They're like a year older than me. Just grow a beard and you'll be alright. Exactly. But he didn't have a beard. He had a mustache because, again, he's trying to do Eggman. But he just didn't have a wonky one. But at one point, we left the vendor hall. We went to their room to just mess around a bit. They were planning, it was me, Eggman Man, and our other friend, Old English dude. The same Old English dude. Mr. Old English and our guy. My soft and delicate femboy wafers. What the fuck are you talking about? I love him how he is. I'm going to throw you into a fucking garbage compactor. Anyway. They wanted to go to the skate park because both of those dudes are skaters. And I was like, you know what? I'm not really much of a skater, but you know, I'll come with because they really like this one. Because we were in Birmingham, and they have a really good skate park there, apparently. And we're like, okay, fine, sure, let's go. Why not? For giggles. And on the way to the elevator, apparently, we ran into one of the guys that was doing a panel there, who's a voice actor and YouTuber. I'm gonna say the name. I have a feeling most people don't know who the fuck he is, but I do. It was a dude by the name of Brandon Rogers. He has a YouTube channel. He did a lot of like famous things, and he's one of those voice actors for those like Disney Pop animated shows, the fucking Hell of a Bosses, Has Been Hotels. He's the main character in the fucking Hell of a Boss, like one of them at least. So he's like a big name, at least to some people. I didn't really give too much of a shit. To me, he was the funny dude on, like, I see on YouTube, some YouTube clips sometimes. But my friends were really awkward because they were like, the bald man was like, they were like, oh shit, and the old dude, Mr. Eggman, was like, oh, nice pants or whatever. Did he just compliment his pants? The other dude, the Old English man, was like, oh, when was your panel? He just like calmly said, oh, you know, it already happened, like kind of sad. And I just, because I didn't really care what this dude thinks of me, because frankly, I don't. He's kind of like, to no offense to this man, because I like his stuff. His stuff is funny, but his opinion of me is completely fucking irrelevant. So I just completely heel turned to my Old English friend who said something about asked about the panel and said, just started giving him shit like, and you fucking missed it. That's to make my head or some bullshit. And I just started ragging on him just for giggles. And we took an elevator down with him because we're both trying to head to the lobby or whatever. And I remember we just did that, and I just completely ignored his existence and started talking to my friends about, like, oh, who's going to the skate park? And the entire time we were just like, I was just giving we were talking about, like, one of our friends who really sucks at skating. Like, holy fuck, he doesn't know how to skate for the life of him. He has to be babied into it. And we were just joking about, like, basically letting him into his own devices and watching. It was essentially like watching a baby, like, go head first into, like, a fucking wall or some shit. And I was like, dude, that's kind of funny, though. We should let it happen, yo, hee hee hoo hee hee. And I don't know, it was really silly. Then we left. He said something about, like, I forget what he said. He said some shit before he left. It was like, oh, like, I don't know. It was like some thank you thing, you know, because he was being polite, because he's some famous dude. Again, what he thought of me is fucking irrelevant, because it's not like he would remember me anyway. But it was kind of neat. I kept mentioning it to my friends, and everyone's like, who the fuck is that? And I was like, oh, guess people don't know him from YouTube like I do. Puts fingers together. But it was cool. It was a cool experience. And then we went to the skate park. It was a surprisingly big group. It was me, three people actually skated there. So they all brought their boards, and then there was a bunch of, like, basically onlookers and shit. We had to send a waiver to go into the skate park, but we went in there. And people there from, like, that actually lived there were, like, all over this place. I didn't really came to skate, I just wanted to fuck around, so I got kind of bored pretty fast, and I was just dicking around on Discord and shit. Not gonna lie, that was kind of bad at me, but, like, whatever, you know? Sue me. But I remember at one point I just ended up, they were like, oh, you should mess around on the board, blah blah blah, and I was like, okay, fine, for sure, we can do a little something. And I didn't remember how to skate them the first time I actually tried learning, so I just ended up being ass, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do this. I did watch some, like, little kids with, like, fucking scooters, like, basically riff shit, and I was like, damn, they're, like, training the next generation over here of, like, fucking Tony Hawks and shit, and I was like, what the fuck? We were there for a good while, and then I want to say we went back, we chilled for a bit, whatever, because a lot of the guys, they were relaxing, whatever. They didn't want to go back out because whatever other bullshit, and they were waiting to go to the, like, a Miku panel thing, because a lot of them were into, like, Vocaloids, whatever, which is fine. I was initially coming, but when it was time for us to go, and we started walking over there, the line was massive. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So me and a few of the dudes who weren't doing like me, Eggman Man, I basically stayed with him a lot of the time. But we went back to his place because we were like, fuck it, you know, whatever. I asked like two of my friends that I was rooming with, hey, come down here. We're just messing around because I know you get seeing if he's back, and I needed to get him my bottle of alcohol that I bought, which was like a lot. It wasn't a lot at all, but it was just remnants of what I had left. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just bring it to have, you know? Hello, Booty Man. I'm talking about my experience at a con this weekend. Man was bullshitting. I think the funniest thing was I talked about what I was supposed to wear for cosplay stuff, and I fucked up. Okay, if you guys don't want to know, I came there for giggles, right? Because the Eggman Man didn't dress up as Eggman last year when I went, and he told me he was going to wear it. He was... The year prior, he was a Stolfo, you know, the fucking femboy, and it was really funny, and I was like, dude, what if I'm also a femboy, wear something with it, even though I'm like, you know, clearly a fucking man. And so I got a Felix cosplay that one of my other friends paid for, and I was like, fuck it, I'll wear it to this. It was too small. I got the sizes wrong, it was too small, but I brought it anyway for giggles. So I talked to them about it, whatever happened, came up. And at one point, one of the other dudes there was like, hey, you know, if you're not afraid of putting on a dress, whatever the fuck. And I was like, okay, bet. It was some Toho character that he did, like, cosplayed as day one. That was, like, really easy to put on. I was like, fuck it, whatever, I'll put it on for giggles. They helped me set it up and everything, and I looked myself in the mirror and went, damn, I look ugly. I did not like the way it looked at all. It wasn't even funny looking. So I immediately took it off. I was not wearing that out because I thought it looked like shit. Riz. Dude, it was not Riz. I know there was some awkward things because I did find out that same day through that, like, group that one of the girl that is into me planned on basically trying to ask me out. I was like, basically low-key saying, I know someone's into me, but I'm not into anyone. Try to basically discourage her from doing it. At least a friend to tell her to not do it, because that would be really awkward for me. But it's okay, because it never happened. This is why you're single. Dude, she's a red flag. No. No. I have standards. Surprisingly. A little bit. But I have something. And then, after the Miku thing, was where things went to hell. Don't X me, that's fucking bullshit, that's a lie. And you might be wondering, okay, why? I'm not gonna get naked, Billy, that's fucked up. I'm talking about some con stuff, Billy, if you're interested. Then become a communist with fly away with red flags at Pride. No, winning flags are a sign of prosperity, no. She's a fucked up mental case, dude. She's one of the few people that I know that has literally done cocaine before. That's not good. That's not good, guys. We don't get with the person that has done literal drugs here. That's bad. I don't want to do cocaine. Cocaine ruined my brain. It's a party drug. I don't give a fuck. It's a ruin your life drug. It's addictive. I can fix her by all means, dude. Fucking have her. I do not want her. God damn. Anyway. You become addicted to her? No. I don't get codependencies, thank you. Go to therapy together. I don't need therapy. Hugs not drugs. See, you get it, Occupation Army. You get it. Alcohol is also an addictive drug. Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm not gonna... It's not wrong, but the difference is, right? No, it can physically affect you. It's an entire thing. It's less addictive. He's been stunned. I'm trying to think. I think it's less addictive at least, or it's at least easier to wing yourself off of. You know? It doesn't kill you as fast or anything like that. Like, yeah, it can kill you. Alcohol poisoning is a thing, but it would have to be an insane amount. You know? I don't know. Regardless, that's not the point. And you had that weird lemon alcohol thingy. I do have the limoncello, but I didn't bring it. And that was a gift. That was a gift to me. I still have it in the freezer, but that's a story for another thing. I didn't bring it because that's for me. And only me. I didn't want to bring it for anyone else. But things went to hell after the... Do I tell them alcohol is one of the worst things to take because it can be metabolized in safe chemicals? Well, a skill issue, I guess. I don't know. Regardless, it went to hell after the Miku thing because we were all planning to go to this rave, right? And there was like an hour between the Miku thing and the rave, and in that hour they were planning on pre-gaming, which is drinking. They were gonna drink a shit ton and go there. And it was fine. I didn't drink a whole lot because I spent a lot of time just going in and out of my friend's place to get bullshit, whatever, do things, etc. So I only had like 3 drinks, 3 shots worthy of drinks, which isn't a lot of alcohol. I had like a lot of light shit. One of my friends, the vice president that I was rooming with, had 10 shots of some alcohols, which was a mistake. And again, I told you earlier that most of the alcohol was drinking, but a lot of it wasn't. A lot of it still wasn't. For example, my friend brought a thing of Japanese whiskey, but he didn't bring it the Friday, so it wasn't drank. I had my drink, but only like 3 shots worth of it came out. There was a little bit of coconut rum because my friend hid it because they knew they would drink them all. So I had a little bit of that. That was like all the notable shit. At least that was there. There was some sojus, but that was like my friend's own things, whatever. But I didn't have a lot. Well, that man was like taking whiskey up the ass. And he kept telling himself like, oh, I can handle my drinks pretty well, whatever. He could not. Felt I had no alcohol. He didn't know how to handle his drinks. Because you see, that man... We made the mistake of taking him with us to the rave. And you know when you're fucked up, you really don't have motor functions. I spent a good chunk of the rave basically making sure he didn't run into people. I was basically his boundary. It was to the point where people were coming up to me like, yeah, bro, you're a good friend, etc. kind of thing. And at one point I was like, okay, one of the guys in our room might still be there because he didn't want to go to the rave. I told my other friend that I was rooming with, hey, text him, call him, whatever, see if he was okay taking him. He wasn't, which is fair. And I was like, okay, whatever, fuck the rave. I'll go do this. And my plan was this, right? I would take him up to our room, have him do whatever, keep him calm on whatever, hopefully have him go to sleep. And by the time the rave's done, I'll pass him off to my other roommate who was just going to the rave. And I was going to do the plans I had for the rest of the night, because everyone that was 21 plus in the group, which isn't a lot of people, it was only like 6 guys that at least wanted to go, was going to go to some like ramen bar kind of thing, whatever the fuck, that was 21 only. Not like, it was called like, I forget what it was called, but it had some like ramen, it had like alcohol, that kind of thing. That was supposed to be all night. And I was like, dude, that's fucking hype shit, dude. I was gonna have fun there. You know, that was what I was saving my money for. I was planning on doing that. Didn't happen. So I got cucked out of the rave, cucked out of that, and I got stuck with Drunky because the dude. Yeah, if you think alcohol horror stories when it came to people who got too fucked up, it happened. I took care of him because the year prior, one of our other friends had too much to drink in the same vein, and the people that were watching him just left him there after he went to bed, and he threw up on himself, and he could have potentially had issues. He could have basically died. He didn't, but like, I didn't want that to happen, so I was babysitting this man, giving him water, whatever. He's like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom to piss, whatever, and I was like, okay, fine, just don't lock the door in case, you know, you fucking slip and fall, whatever. He threw up, not in the toilet. He was on the seat, and then he threw up everywhere, and I was like, it's one of those days, man. He ended up doing it multiple times. Like, literally in everything there. Toilet, sink, floor, bathtub, it was awful. I literally called my other friend, was like, hey, you need to get here now, because we need to basically clean up our place. And that was basically my night, because I ended up cleaning up everything. Because the dude who was there to go to rave wasn't going to clean it up, because that was not what he wanted to do. And I was like, okay, that's fair, because he didn't sign up for this. That's fair. The other guy basically didn't have anything he could do by the time he got there, other than get me cleaning stuff. And I just bit the bullet and cleaned up everything. Luckily, the people there, the workers there, gave us like some gloves and some cleaning supplies that we just used. So thank God for that. Thank God for the gloves and like towels there. They gave us extra towels and I fucking used them to the maximum. Took them all, like the dirty towels, put them in the tub after we cleaned the tub, basically, etc., etc. Some of the stuff was just wash. Like, I told you, he threw up in the sink, and some stuff fell in the sink that was like, one of my friend's toothbrushes fell in there. I'm like, okay, bro, you do not want to use this toothbrush ever again. That shit is contaminated forever. Which is really gross. Bro was dying, he was. By the time he, like, did it, like, I think 4 times, he was done for the night. Because I made him drink a lot of water, which really helped, because at one point he was just clear, which is good. And I remember every time he did it once, he'd be like, he would try to convince me he's not drunk anymore, be like, and by saying, actually, I'm not really drunk, or whatever the fight, and it's like, okay, bro, say what you will. It ended up being till like 1 AM, I think, when he was finally able to basically come out the fucking bathroom. And we just sent him to bed, and I picked up everything, and I was like, okay, let's go to sleep. I'll stay up and watch him. Because I was the oldest, and I was like, okay, I'll just stay up and watch him. You guys get your bed, whatever. We have to wake up early. And you know, wondering, why the fuck else did I babysit this man? This was our driver. So if he was hungover, that was problems for us. So that's why another reason I gave him a lot of water too, because I didn't want to be hungover. So where was I? I ended up staying up all night. Basically, either on my phone, on my 3DS, because I brought it just to play games and shit. Stayed up the entire fucking night, almost all night. I stayed up to like at least 6:30, and then I was like, okay, I'm about to pass out. I'll go to bed for like an hour 30 more when we're basically planning on leaving. We packed up. By the time he woke up, he was fine. He was just like, I think he had like a little bit of a hangover, but he was still okay. He blacked out. He didn't remember shit anything at a certain point. And so we basically recapped him and everything. I was like, yeah, the XYZ happened, whatever. And we left really early. We were the first ones we were the last ones to get there, and we were the first ones to leave because, well, the guys just don't want to show up late. And also, Well, initially, I wanted to go back early so I had more time to study for an exam I had on Monday. That didn't happen, because I stayed up all night. I was so tired, I just went home and slept. And so my entire Sunday was spent sleeping. Monday morning comes around, and I was just like, okay, I have time before this exam because my classes start at 11. I'm just gonna study then because I cannot fucking stay awake. It did not go well. It was kinda awful. So my Monday was kind of a downer. I think it was maybe okay enough. I don't know. Take some water. It was okay because at least with exams, it was the first one. I can always bounce back. But it was a crazy fucking situation because basically it kind of soured my fucking night and my weekend because it was like, damn. My one day, the thing I was most excited for, the things I was most excited for, the day was like, the only day I was able to do shit, kind of got fucked. And I was like, okay, I should probably talk with some of these guys about, like, their drinking habits because it's too much. And, you know, people joke that I'm an alcoholic. These people generally have, like, fucking alcohol problems, so I really need to put my foot down in some areas because they hang out at my place and get drunk. I'm gonna be more stringent, and I am. I talk to them. They seem to get it. Whatever. They felt bad for me, especially because of what happened, which is fine. It's understandable, you know? But overall, even though it sucked, I still had good stuff there. Like, hey, I got some notable things. It just wasn't as notable as, like, the first one I went to. Which is, oh well, they owe me a lot of things. They owe me a lot of things in life. So, yeah. I'm just gonna hoard and hang that over their head. Can't get it away this Friday, though, because that's Valentine's Day. But that's more or less my weekend, and that's mainly why I didn't do anything on Monday, because I was fucking basically recovering from life. I'm still recovering because I keep falling asleep midday now because of fucking Sunday, which is awful. But it is what it is. But again, that's mostly what happened Sunday weekend, the entire weekend. Again, very eventful if you can see. You didn't see the one part. Since he got you drunk, I think the girl who wanted to, like, say anything to me couldn't say anything to me, which is, like, good. I get to miss that awkward moment, because I was going to enjoy that regardless. Cheers to that. Waffle's misadventures. Yeah, it is what it is, though, again. Because last year, it was, like, fucking pogging. Like, it was also, like, I think during a break. So it was like, hey, you know, we have time to enjoy both Friday and, like, Sunday. Again, which makes it so much more enjoyable when you're actually able to do, like, the more than one day. Because you have more time to do shit. Because, like, I didn't even go to a panel, dude. I went to, like, none of them. I didn't have time. Did I go to any, actually? Yeah, I don't think I did. No, I didn't. It was really unfortunate. But it was still fun. Some regards. I was just pissed about it the day of. Which is reasonable. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm trying to think of anything else. But yeah, if you didn't know, Friday is Valentine's Day. I have no plans for it other than my normal shit. I know, if you guys don't know, Fridays is basically when I meet up with my club and everything. So I wasn't planning on streaming on that day regardless. It just so happens to be Valentine's Day, which kind of sucks. Because everyone that's there in a relationship is just gonna fuck off. Because I already know, like, the vice president I was talking about earlier, he has a fiance. And he already said, yeah, Friday, I'm not showing up because I'm doing shit with my fiance. And it's like, okay, I guess all the single ladies are going to be there. And I mean that in, like, everyone. And I'm just like, okay, that's going to be one of those days. You can get one really fast, though. I don't want that one. I already said, she's a fucking nutcase. You guys can have her. I listen. Okay, there's a lot of interesting things about this. The reason we even know her in the first place is insane, alright? So let me explain. This girl, I said earlier, she was ousted from a friend group. We are not the same woman. One. Don't be harsh to Mrs. Waffles, no. I don't even call her my wife. She's fucking crazy. But let me explain. Let me explain how she even came into our friend group in the first place. One is more than 0 waffles. True. I mean, I've gotten asked out before, I think, just not, like, directly. I've talked about this before. When I was working at a coffee place, one lady basically wrote it on a receipt like her number and shit, and I didn't respond because I think I knew who it was, because I think I remember the order, and I was not interested either. Oh, look at that. Someone that deserves to get killed. There he goes. He's dead. Had the mod thing up. Bro, I mean, that one was just awkward because it was at my place of work, and I didn't notice it immediately. And also, at the time, I just wasn't looking for anything, which is a fair thing. It was a fair thing. That was like 2 summers ago, I think. Also, I didn't even find it initially. That situation was funny because I didn't find it. My coworkers did. Because it was in, like, the tip thing. Because you put all your tip stuff in, like, a thing to sort through later to add to our whatever thing. And we just didn't notice it, which was really funny. Rig slaughtered. That was the only other time, I think. So, you know, 2, I guess. Whatever. That one, again, both cases, they don't really know me. They don't really talk to me. Yeah, because I don't talk to the other girl. She doesn't really know me. Otherwise, you would know that we are vastly different people. Like, again, let me explain this shit with the other girl. So, she gets ousted of her own friend group for some bullshit that I don't know about. It's irrelevant to me because I don't care. It's not why I don't like her. She ends up meeting one of my friends who, at the time, I'm gonna be real, he was trying to bang her because he's kind of a freak, which is fine, I guess. It's college, you know, that's when people are gonna do that shit. And he at one point like started getting some like weird shit happening to her when she was like basically going through it because of this shit. And so he told me some shit that was just like, holy fuck, I don't want it, that's insane. So he started hating her. Like, it switched from like, oh, I want to bang her to, oh, I fucking hate her guts. And somehow it switched back from hating her to becoming best friends with her. And so now they're like best homies. Like, she stays at his place constantly. Like, she basically lives at his apartment, which causes some strife with like his roommates, at least my friend that's his roommate, because he's very tired of like basically his place being like a homeless shelter, because people just stay at his place every night, and he's like, bro, I don't want to be a dick because I want to stay up late, but people are spending the night in our fucking like living room. It's like understandable shit. But the story of like the shit he told me when he was still like angry with her, like hated her guts, was insane. Because at the very beginning, he regretted because he invited her to our club. And like, oh yeah, come to us, you know, we'll meet all the groups and everything. And he regretted it in the beginning because he thought like, dude, he hated her guts for a while. And again, he told me stories like for example, right? Because I didn't say anything yet, but here are the examples of the shit he told me. She basically try to guilt trip get herself back into their friend group by saying she was gonna unalive herself, which is like insane to me. Because like, holy fuck, man, like I imagine you know breaking up with the same girl is like, holy fuck, like that's not good, homie. That's not the thing. And yeah, I'm spilling all the fucking drama. I'm giving you guys all the tea right now because I don't like this woman, so I don't really care. But it's like, holy shit. It was like 2 different occasions where she basically said some shit like that. One was basically on Instagram, where she was like basically writing down the post right next to the guy saying some shit, and it's like, dude, I'm right here, I'm hanging out with you, and you're complaining about other friends. And the other instance was in a library, she just loudly announced some shit, and it's like, what the fuck? And he told me, like, because he personally witnessed these things. I think later on, like, last week, he was like, oh, dude, yeah, fucking, what's it called? The other guy just said a lot of things about her, and it shaped my perception. That's why I hated her. I'm like, dude, no, there was shit she did personally that you witnessed that was like crazy shit. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm just not the forgetful type, that I will not forget these things, dude, because I don't know. To me, like, people can change, but not that fast. You know, like, holy fuck, man. And so that's why I, like, don't want to touch her with a 5-foot pole. And apparently she's been interested in me for the longest, like, basically since seeing me. and I could fucking tell. But I don't know, I'm not supposed to know this information. I just found out because the roommate of the dude basically has to hear her complain about it constantly because I'm apparently oblivious, and it's like, no, homie, I just don't care. It is what it is. That's my bitching sector kind of done. But no, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up, you know? Hopefully you guys have great Valentine's Day plans. Because again, I don't really have anything special. I'm just doing normal bullshit. Probably having a little bit of alcohol Friday. Ooh, I'm such a gamer. Because literally, like, every other day has been kind of like, whatever. Like, my room's a mess right now, which is fucking awful, honestly. Because I've been, like, kind of out of it since coming back from that con. Because you know when you, like, go on a trip, you basically have a few days where you're just, like, you're just fucked. You don't want to do shit. You're just tired. That's basically what I feel like I've been experiencing, which is fine. Are you okay? I'm fine, personally. I just came back from a con and everything. I was talking about it, and it makes you tired. It makes you tired is what I'm saying. But it is what it is. Chad, if I stop having long hair, would women like me? I think people like long hair. I have longer hair, not like short, like long hair, but people like long hair. It's just, as long as you maintain it, that's really all it is. Cause I go pretty decent lengths to keep myself kinda kempt together. Kinda. Not really. I'm not the best at it, but it's whatever. I mean, some people have preferences. True. Some people do like their shorter hair, but you know, I'm just saying because I've gotten more compliments from having longer hair than not having longer hair. Mainly because that's when my curls come out. Because I got curly hair. That's beside the point. That's beside the point. Ugh. What else? Oh. And again, I basically went over all the bullshit with my con. Was the most notable shit that happened to me this weekend. So my hair goes to like the bottom of my shoulder blades. I mean, that's not that long. Long is like to your fucking back, my guy. Because I can't really stretch out my hair, but my hair kind of goes to my shoulders at least. Yeah, I can kind of go to my shoulders. It just curls up so it doesn't like stay there. Where in the back? What the fuck do you think, my guy? So the shoulder blades are the back. Dude, lower back. Lower back. TJ hair is doomed. What do you mean? Well, people like my hair. I got so many compliments on it throughout life. So why did music get quieter? That's really crazy. Thanks, Oomph. I'm gonna send you into the stratosphere. That's becoming my token phrase. I don't know why. I'm just threatening people to send them to the stratosphere. It's funny to me. I also don't know why, but I've been like seeing the most random shit on YouTube. I've been watching a lot of stuff. I used to have them too. I said my hair was so soft. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I got like, I use like fucking special conditioner and shit for my curly hair and shit. Cause one of the only friend I know that has curly hair was like, hey, you should use this brand. And I was like, okay. I just bought it, even though it's like more expensive. Because like, fuck it. It's really family owned, which is kind of neat. You know, that's good. I started laying my pillar because I was just so done out of nowhere. Oh, I accidentally lowered my headset that way. I mean, hey, that's a good way to relieve stress. Dude, I'm just happy. This week is like, ever since Monday, it's been a lot more chill because literally, I've been like fucking going through it because of this last weekend and everything. Because of just how many exams I had. I had like 2 last week, 1 on Monday, and it was like the comp slip in between, which was supposed to be fun. It causes you to fucking like go crazy. So it's like, now it's like, okay, I'm in recovery day, essentially. It's kind of silly. So I have a ping on Discord. I have to mark as red. I'm one of the, I undisabled the fucking thing because I don't care. It's not like you guys can hear it. Okay, here's a not really controversial. I hate getting notifications on my phones, like getting spammed on my phone. So I don't have notifications on for like Discord because it would annoy me. Because I like the option they don't make you do it, which I'm thankful for. Because there's ways you get notifications. But for other apps that I have, like I got an Instagram, and I had like a Snapchat, they would just send me so many random fuck-ass notifications about whatever bullshit that I fucking hated. I turned on my Instagram once, because I only had it on briefly for my friend. My friend group made a group chat that now is dead. So I turned it back off. I only had it open for that before, like, they had a fucking falling out, which is a whole other can of worms. I'm not even involved in it, so I don't really give a fuck. But whatever. I don't have Instagram or social media. I only had them connect with people. Like, I had a Snapchat, right? And since high school, that I still only use to talk to guys I know from high school. I don't use it to meet anyone. Because why the fuck would I? I can just go outside for that, my guy. Have a fucking conversation, so much better. But I fucking hate it because because my friends still use it, and they use that sometimes to text me, and it's like, okay, well, I have to keep it unmuted for that. But then I get so many random notifications about dumb bullshit I do not give a fuck about. Like, I have like 5 like little circle things right now because I just don't want to look at it, and it's like, go away. I don't want it. I think they want to know me better retrospectively. Yeah, probably. I feel overwhelmed with messages, so I felt obligated to respond, and that's fine. But that's also why I don't like it when, like, I'm in, like, group chats that spam. Discord's fine. Discord's fine, because I don't see it immediately. Like, if I'm on Discord and I get a bunch of notifications, I'm, like, choosing to look there. But if I'm in the middle of, like, class, and I get spammed random bullshit on my phone, I would be kind of pissed off. So, like, at least on Snapchat, I've been, like, 2 group chats with like, this other friend group of high school guys I know that I'm in. They would just spam that shit constantly there. And it's like, dude, like, fuck. I told him, like, I'm muting this, just tell me, like, text me whenever you guys plan to do things. And they don't. He does it, like, twice. He remembers it occasionally, but he never does most of the time. And they'd be like, wow, you muted this too? And it's like, yeah, dude, because you guys fucking spam shit. And again, and again, and again. Alright? On Discord, to me, it's fine. Because usually, fucking, I don't have notifications on for it. It makes me a lot happier. Should I blow his DMs up with Yowie? That's not happening, first of all. I would fucking block you. But also, Discord's fine. Because, again, I don't get notifications. The only notification I will get when I'm on my computer, or I have the app open on my phone. And then that's different. Because I'm actively choosing to be there. The only times when it's annoying is if I'm actually in the middle of something on my computer, but then I can just mute it temporarily. Or I can just close it. It's not like it's a constant thing. I can't just turn off. That's fine. That's why it's okay. So it's a much different scenario in that regard. That's just my personal pain with the notifications and everything. That's what I don't like. But okay. Hey, what are you guys talking about? We were talking earlier. We were talking about like cons and stuff because I went to a con this weekend. I was just on a conversation about like basically how I hate notifications on my phone, specifically my phone. So that's why because I had like a Snapchat and Instagram, that kind of thing, and I muted the one on my Instagram, and I was basically yelling about the Snapchat ones I get because they're just a bunch of useless shit. And how I don't have it like notifications on Discord because I don't want to get spam shit on my phone. I'm fine with it. Like in general, getting like messages. It's just personally, I just don't want it on my phone for some reason. Oh yeah, Snapchat is the worst, dude. It's so fucking annoying. Personally, just don't send DM stuff. That's fine too. I usually don't initiate. That's the thing. Unless it's a group chat, I can fuck with the group chat. But usually, I just don't DM people. Like people like I'm mutuals with and everything kind of know this probably, but I just don't DM people most of the time. It's something I don't like talking to people. I do. I'm a fucking chatterbox. I don't know. Usually, if I have to, if I want to DM someone, I have to have something to DM them about. And usually I just don't have anything to DM about, so I just don't do it. I get spammed during a lecture because when I'm trying to take notes because I don't know if it's important or not. True. That's a completely valid point. I was like, if I'm in classes and they're just spamming me fucking emojis, I'm gonna get a little peeved, you know? I'm gonna want to throw things at their face. I'm just using Snap for some stuff my friend sent me. So he shows me the worst shit and spams me full. Dude, yeah. I only have some high school friends when they want to text me there and not use my phone number for whatever reason. But the like notifications for like them texting me don't bother me. The only ones that bother me was just some of the group chats they're in because they were the worst. And then it's just Snapchat just saying like, oh, you should watch this. It's like Snapchat, homie. I don't fucking care for your other things. I'm not gonna watch like your personalized like show story type shit. I'm not 14 anymore. I have a life outside of a fucking app. Please let me go. Please let me go. Well, that's like one thing, you know? It is what it is, you know? Okay, that's good. So you guys don't see this because I was about to like fucking ban someone, but it was like one of those bots, but it actually like caught it. Okay, good job, Twitch. Okay, for once in your life, you're doing good shit, and they killed the bot before it could do anything. Ain't that some shit? Let me just ban it anyway. I'm gonna fucking destroy it. There it goes. I always think it's funny they've been like still thriving here. It's the same kind of bots since like Millennium. It is what it is though. Oh, ads came up. Shit. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. 3-minute ad break. Came when I was banning someone. That's fucked up. I'll be back in 3-ish minutes. Okay, don't hate me. Wee. Hello, I'm back. I'm sorry, alright. Twitch had a gun to my head that said, hey, if you don't play an ad right this fucking second, my balls were going to explode. And I was a little nervous, you know. You don't mess around with Twitch. Twitch would do it in a heartbeat, dude. They need their money, or otherwise they're gonna starve. It's like that one scene from SpongeBob. Oh, you ate my chocolate bar, now I'm going to starve. It's literally like that. You need a self-care day or daydream. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm perfectly fine. No, my self-care days are basically Fridays. That's when I see my friends. That's basically self-care if you think about it. I'm back. Welcome back, Silly Ollie. Welcome back. Maybe they have some extra lives. It's fine. Nah. They can hopefully... Nah, they don't need extra lives. Where was I going with that bit? I don't know. I'm getting more water, or like ice, because I have a Brita filter, right? And sometimes it just freezes the water instead of using it. I don't know if you guys ever had any of these. I only ever got them when I was in college, because my parents didn't like the water of my college city, especially the one I'm in now. The one I'm in now, they did not like it, because my sister used to live here, and when she was here, I don't know where it was, a certain part of the city she was in, it just had a sulfur smell to it, so they just had in their mind that it's like a fucking sulfur, like a hot pot that they fucking hated. So so they basically were like, okay, we need to cleanse it or some shit. Also, I'm gonna move myself up a little bit because I can. Oh, don't look at that. Don't look at me. There I am. Now I'm bigger because I can be. Meh. So I just remember I was watching something scary, sped into the bathroom, and then when I finished, I ran out and slipped and fell. Jesus. Hopefully you're fine now. I made cup noodles. Cup noodles was a college staple. I've talked about this before, right? But basically, instant ramen is like my comfort food, in a way. Because ever since I was a kid, I was basically eating them. Like, literally... There's a funny story about that, actually. When I was young, very young, I've had 3 older siblings. The 2 older ones are a lot older than me, and because of that, I went to like high school a lot of way ahead of me and my other sister, and so because of that, they had like different start times, that kind of thing, and a lot of the times my parents couldn't really drive us to both places because they were not in the same school. It was a different thing. So I remember when they started going to high school, my parents were like, okay, well, they basically had to they would send us to our grandparents over the week, basically, whenever my mom had to work. Because it would be like, if my mom didn't have work that night, it'd be like my mom takes me in the morning, my dad would take my sisters, or vice versa, that kind of thing. But with my, when she had to work, because my mom worked nights, she couldn't do it in the morning. So legitimately, they would just take us to her grandparents sometimes and be like, okay, well, you're gonna stay here. My grandma, I don't know why, at a certain point, she gave us instant noodles, and me and my sisters just fucking loved them growing up. And so we had them a lot there. And for me, it just reminds me of that. She ain't around no more, but, you know, that's what it is. I like to try new noodles whenever I go to a Japanese market. That's completely reasonable, dude. I tried the Shin ramen for, like, the first time somewhat recently, because that's the one everyone, like, oh my god, it's the best one. I think I had, like, the black one, which was, like, the best, like, quote-unquote, the best of the best. And it was good. It's good. I think it's, like, because it was so overhyped, I was expecting to be, like, fucking S-tier level, like, instant ramen. It's just instant ramen. Like, it's just that. Like, it's fine. You know? But, meh. Also, controversial take, right? I don't like spicy ramen. I don't know. To me, I don't like it spicy. I get it. It adds flavor. If you like it like that, that's perfectly reasonable. I don't like it. I like it when it's just a nice hot soup. I like my hot soups. I don't want them spicy me. I don't want my soup spicy. I'll take it. You know, if that's how it comes sometimes, and maybe it can be in the right mood for it, maybe I'll have it. Because sometimes it can be fine. But it's not my preferred way of having it, you know? I'm not a pussy. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I can't handle the spice. No, I can handle my spice. I like my spicy food sometimes. I just don't like spicy soup. Because chicken wings, I will get that spicy sometimes. Sometimes you want that burn. That reminds me, right? Christmas. I may have talked about this before, but I'm gonna mention it again. After my sip of water. My brother-in-law, he got some of those hot one sauces, like for Christmas present, you know, like the fucking, I don't know what they're called, but they got they like 2 normal variants of like, oh, the first level, the second level, whatever it is, and like some of the middle levels, whatever, and then the last dab, which is like their big things, like, oh, every one of their celebrities that goes on hot ones has to do the last dab, and it's apparently like really spicy. And I remember that day I was like, Dad, Father, do you want to try it for giggles? And he was like, you know what, sure. So it was all the men in there, because it was only like immediate family. It was me, my dad, and my brother-in-law, and all the girls didn't want to do it. We got some, like, we didn't have any wings there, so we couldn't use it with chicken wings, but we had like pretzels, and we were like, okay, let's just try it with some pretzel things. So they basically made for sauces, whatever. They don't have much of a taste. And I remember it was like, damn, it's just spicy. It was really spicy. It really does, like, it numbs your mouth, that kind of thing. It was insanely spicy, but it wasn't like, oh god, I need milk. You can probably like get by with like other drinks. You do want to cool your mouth at some point, but you didn't need milk, you know. But I could handle my spice. That's basically what I'm trying to say, you know. Which also reminds me, one of the times I was out with some old high school buddies, different friend group than the one I was talking about earlier. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings, which is a wing place, wing chain, all over the U.S. Kind of mid, not the point. For some reason, we were in the mood to do like, hey, for jokes, let's order like a 6 things of boneless wings of the spiciest wings. And we tried it. And like, they were hyping up, they gave us like milk and everything. Like, oh, you guys, you sure you want this? Blah, blah, blah. They all tried it, and it's like, oh, this, you don't need milk for this. We were like let down, and it was really funny. At first I believe you, then you make it sound sketchy about the spice tolerance. I mean, you need water and stuff. Like, it's gonna be uncomfortable because you would have to wait ages. But I didn't need milk. I didn't want to get milk. I feel like other drinks just make it worse. It's kind of true. Yeah, like, it is a true thing that, like, if it's like to a point where you need help, milk is the best thing, and like water would make it worse. But I don't know. It felt better. I don't even think I had water. I think I had a Sprite or something, and it was fine. I just needed something to wash it down, at least for the last dab. I think I had like half. I was like initially not even doing the Buffalo Wild Wings one because I didn't want to get like too spicy. But when everyone else had it, I was like, oh, this is like really disappointing. I was like, oh, I'll have it. And again, it did numb your mouth, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna fucking die with the spice, which is what I was expecting. Because sometimes you want to have like no mouth. You know, sometimes you're in that mood. Sometimes you're in that mood. I would say the place that shocked me the most was fucking Jollibee's having spicy chicken. Because, you know, we ordered fried food and he had like spicy chicken. It's not spicy. It has flavor. Like, it has more flavor, but it's not spicy really ever. Jollibee's was spicy. Yeah, that's not spicy, but like, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna die spicy, but it had some stuff, and it's like, it was like enjoyable. It was like, holy shit, who would have thought? Sometimes you just like, exactly. Sometimes you want it. Sometimes that's what you want. Sometimes you want the fucking, like, have no mouth bud. No mouth bud. Taste buds. Taste buds is the word. What is wrong with me sometimes? I'm a college kid, guys, and I don't know how English works sometimes. I have like a decent spice tolerance, at least. I have a pretty decent one. I would say it would be beaten out by like some people in other areas. Like, hey, if I go to like, I don't know, if I go to like Mexico and which is, as far as I know, is pretty renowned for their spice tolerance, I would probably die. But I would have fun. Would have fun dying. English hard ear. It's fine. It's fine. English is like 3 languages in a trench coat. It's okay. It's really funny looking at the linguistics of certain languages and being like, oh, hey, this one borrows a lot from this one, or this one is just basically this one in another code, you know, that kind of thing. Like how some languages are really related to each other, like how German and Dutch, I want to say, are pretty similar. Or like how like all the Romance languages are basically the same, more or less. It's kind of funny. And we know English is just like, let's be different because we like being silly. Because fuck you. I don't know, man. Don't know. But it's also like basically the de facto, one of the de facto main languages in the world because fuck you. The influence of Great Britain in the United States. Yay. Cheers to that. I'm gonna think about it. How many places in the world even has English as a main language? Because I know it's like not that many. I'm looking this up out of curiosity right now. Let me pull up a thing. I'm gonna put it here because I can still read you guys. Oh, here, godly. You're not looking at this with me, but I have it up. I'm pulling up the thing because I'm actually genuinely curious. How many countries has English as their official language? Because I think technically America doesn't have it as an official language. 67? It's a lot more than I expected. Damn! I'm looking at this right now. I gotta look at this. Oh, wait, actually United States does count. Oh, Ireland. Yeah, that makes sense. So there's, in Europe, there's Ireland, UK, and Malta. I don't even know what a Malta is, dude. What the fuck's a Malta? Where is that? It's an island. Okay, I'm trying to see on the map where it is, but it's being a shitty job, ghoul. That's interesting, you know? Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. I need to zoom out. Where am I? That looks... Oh, okay. It's an island south of Sicily. I at least know where Sicily is. Okay, that's... Because I started looking left, the first thing I saw was, like, fucking Tunisia, and they were, like, Arabic names and shit, and I was like, what the fuck? Where the fuck are we? Why is this Europe? Sometimes it's so weird, like, sometimes you can hear a language and think, oh, that's that language, but then it's just a language that's similar, yeah. Sometimes if you hear it enough, I feel like you can easily more differentiate things, like, because I watch so much anime in Japanese, which is the weebiest shit to say, I can, like, kind of get when it's, like, Japanese said sometimes, just because of pure exposure, which is really funny to me. Just because you hear it enough, you know what it roughly sounds like. Kinda. It's really silly. I need to see more Caribbean. Jamaica has the official language of English? Interesting. Barbados. Australia makes sense. New Zealand makes sense. Papua New Guinea, I guess. Samoa. Isn't it American Samoa? Whatever. A lot of little islands in the Oceania area. India and Pakistan has English as the main language. Singapore and Philippines make sense because they, as far as I know, a lot of them speak English. Is English the main language? Yeah, I'm American. I live in America. Was born and raised here. I'm just really stupid. people would joke that I'm ESL, even though I'm it's the only language I know. I don't know anything else. I'm just really dumb. I don't know how to speak words. It's really funny. It's really funny. Malaysia also has English as their main language. Our fucking teacher said, what did they say? That's a lot of African countries with English as their main official language. Interesting. Interesting. Who's been drawing dicks? I feel like this is a reference to something I don't know, Felix. But welcome in anyway, because we're talking about stuff. I was looking at countries that have English as their official language because I was like, there's not that many. And then apparently there's actually like 67. I was like, oh. Like some of them are the obvious ones, like Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, etc. Even though everyone forgets New Zealand exists. The amount, like, isn't there like an entire Reddit thing dedicated to like maps that don't have New Zealand on them? When a country has Spanish as their official language, well, no shit. Spain. It's literally in their name. Of course, the UK speaks English. We made it. No. No. Don't believe you. Show proof. I think the Americans made that language, or Australians. One country is in Africa. No, there's actually like there's actually a good amount. There's actually a good amount of countries in Africa. Here, I can pull up the list again. Oh no, where is it? Here it is. I'm pulling up the list again right now. Castellano. Only one dude. Listen, according to this website that says 67, there's a good amount. South Africa, Nigeria, Cameroon, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Rwanda, Sudan, Botswana, and Ethiopia. According to this website. And it's only official language, not main language. There are not 67 countries that speak Spanish in Africa. I'm talking about English, motherfucker! English! English! We were talking about English! You're the one who spelled out Spanish! You went from English and then said one country in Africa. I would assume we were talking about English. I said Spanish. You said English after you said Spanish. Of course I would think you'd be English. That makes sense more though. English is one of the more worldwide languages that gets taught everywhere. Yeah, I'm looking at countries that speak Spanish. Hey, motherfucker, you speak it? Yes, I do. We already went over this. I'm gonna look at it. Everyone always forgets that Brazil doesn't speak Spanish. Okay, which is? Okay, I don't want to see fucking information. Facto. What the fuck does that mean? I'm trying to see. They don't give you by the continents Wikipedia. What the fuck are you on? I'm gonna blow up. On this one. You kiddos. What the fuck are you saying, man? Dude, I don't wanna look at this. I don't wanna just give me continent, my guy. I don't wanna look at this. It doesn't seem like there's one. At least according to this. What? I'm trying to find the one in, like, fucking Africa, but it's not being kind to me. They said according to my Spanish lessons. Did they? What did they say? I can't find it. It's actually bothering me. These all look like country. Wait. Oh, there is one. Equatorial Guinea. Okay, there is one. It just took 20 years. Oh my lord. Because it's like sorting through all the ones. It's like, this is South American, this is South American, this is South American, this is South American, this is Caribbean, this is South American. Oh, and then Central Africa. Interesting. They have like 3 official languages. It's Spanish, French, and Portuguese. Interesting. It's a small ass one too, looks like. Yeah, it's very small. Look at that. Interesting. Sorry, I'm getting my what's it called? My hyperfixation's acting up, guys. Well, I guess after the filter thing is not letting it go through. Yeah, I guess it didn't. That's YouTube's fault. I have it on live chat, but YouTube's really stupid with that kind of shit. I almost poured more on myself. I learned Spanish, but I was way too lazy for that. I learned a bit in college and high school, but I immediately forgot it once I wasn't required to learn it anymore because I don't care. I don't care about it at all. It's really useful to know more than one language, but also I hate learning a language. So, no. I'm friends with people that know Spanish. I'm friends with a lot of people that know Spanish. How many times did Len die? I don't know who the fuck that is. Would you kill? I don't know who the fuck that is. A mí me gusta la comida de mi mama. So I know what that means reading it because I know roughly what those means. You're saying you like your mom's food. It's like there's like a little bit of knowledge in my head I still remember, but I don't know enough. I like your mom's food too. You don't even know my mom's name. See, this is like my friend group joking about like everyone and like Vocaloid. That's what I'm thinking. But like at the same time, why the fuck would I kill him? You know? And it could be someone else. You never know. People have similar names. I don't know, man. I used to be obsessed with Vocaloid. Vocaloid songs are still really good. Okay, another controversial opinion that might actually give me shit one of these days, right? Personally, I really, really, really respect a lot of the people that make Vocaloid songs and everything, because a lot of the time they have great beats and everything, etc., etc. But usually, if there is a good cover of it, I will like the cover of it more than the original, because I think I like the human element of it. Okay, yeah, you're talking about the Vocaloid, Len. But I don't know his last name. I didn't kill him. But you know, that's actually like a controversial take. And again, as I said before, the people that make those songs, really highly respect them. And there's still some I really like song-wise. But I just like listening to covers of them more. Personally. Fuck you, me and its controversial take. I think it would. It's Vocaloid. I think I would. Favorite Ashiti by Kyoko by Otto's cover? Yeah, something like that. You know, something like that. Yeah, exactly. I feel like some people would kill me for it. The sad part for me is my dad is Spanish. He tried to teach me stuff when I was younger, but he just stopped one day. That's really unfortunate because of course you would would want to at least keep the language going from your family, whatever. Because yeah, that's a good reason to want to keep learning it. So it's like when you're not a kid, it gets so much harder to really learn it. It really does. Because I'm like quiet, so I didn't grow up like with another language or anything like that. I never even had that opportunity, unfortunately. It is what it is. Saber español es un habit. I don't even know what some of those words mean. To know español is a very important habit for an adult. And then you said something else that I actually genuinely don't know. Yeah, I don't know all Spanish, dude. I could roughly translate it. Doesn't mean I know everything. Fucking Christ, man. Knowing Spanish is very important for adults. That sucks. Oh, there we go. Something like that. Yeah, Felix knows English too. He's just being a bitch. Because he hates me. He's convinced I'm somehow Latino. Even though I've stated many times I'm not Latino. I'm friends with some, but I'm not. I am British after all. Unfortunately. I'm just gonna throw some tea in your harbor, by the way, dude. You're Canadian. I'm... what? No! I'd rather die than be Canadian, dude. What the fuck? I'm friends with some Latinas. Well, you're literally in Mexico, so I would hope you're friends with some. That would be kind of bad. Oh, he's white child. An American. That's hilarious. Swedish? Dude, no. What? I only know English. I'm friends with some Latinas. One of them is your mom. My mom's not Latina. What the fuck are you on? What are you on? My mom's hot. I need to watch stuff in Spanish. That's an easy way to learn a language. That's true. I know it was like Japanese. People would say, dude, like one of the good ways to keep learning it is like to play something like Pokemon in Japanese because they use simple language because it's for kids and shit. Something that's really good. Something like is really good. Go to Puto Volta for a week. That's also another thing. So like, what's it called? Full exposure. Full exposure is really good for learning languages. It's definitely way more like scary because you basically have to throw yourself into fire. But if you want to learn a language fast, you know, just throw yourself in a living situation where you only know stuff. Learn German. I learned a little. I don't want to. I cannot read that. I cannot read some Japanese, bro. See, that's Japanese. That looks like some of those look like hiragana kind of things, but I don't know Japanese. I know less German. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball, my favorite Spanish show, dude. We joke about that bullshit, but every one of my friends that's South American likes Dragon Ball. It's a true thing. It's so funny. One of my friends, IRL, is the same name as me, and he said, dude, yeah, I have a good friend that's like, I want to say he was Argentinian, and he talked about it, like, dude, I should text him sometime. I'm like, hey, bro, you should ask him if he's really into Dragon Ball. South Americans love their fucking Dragon Ball. Dude, also Mexicans, as far as I know, because that's what my Mexican friends told me. It's just the thing. And, like, it's, the way my friend described it, it's because I believe one of the channels they got a lot, that was, like, really easy to access, showed a lot of Dragon Ball. And so everyone just watched it, because it was, you know, easy to watch. Have you watched Skins? I don't know what that is, sir. But if you think about it, it's basically kind of like what, PBS in America, I guess, if that makes sense. Where a lot of people watch PBS. Skins UK. I don't know UK shows. The only UK show I know, it was Doctor Who, because my parents were really into it. And I wasn't into it. My entire family was into Doctor Who, but I wasn't into Doctor Who. I think it was enjoyable, but I never sat down and be like, okay, gotta pull up that new episode of Doctor Who. That was not me. I feel like a lot of dads like Dragon Ball. That's probably true too. I just have a lot of younger friends that are not dads that are into Dragon Ball. I'm trying to think about my friends. Like I got a fucking Mexican friend that's into Dragon Ball. I got an Argentinian friend that's into Dragon Ball. I'm trying to think of anyone else that's like Latino that I know that's in there. I got a Paraguayan that keeps trying to assert that Paraguay doesn't exist. That's in the... I don't really think he's that into Dragon Ball, but he knows of it at least. He definitely very much knows of it. I'm not Latin though, I'm British. I'm not talking about you! I'm not talking about you, Felix! Come on, another friend, goddamn, who actually lives in Argentina. Golly. Golly gee willikers. You included me. I didn't! I was talking about another Argentinian friend. I said I had an Argentinian friend who actually lives in Argentina. I'm talking about another friend that's in Argentina. You're making this about you for some reason. Goddamn. I don't even live or speak Argentinian. That's just Spanish. That's just Spanish. And I'm not talking about you. I have another Argentinian friend. I knew like 2 guys from Argentina. I don't talk to the other one anymore. I'm messing with my keys now. I'm gonna key your car. You didn't even have cars in the UK. How would I know when I speak in Argentina? I'm British. Everything in like South America is Spanish except Brazil. Felix just wants to be a part of this, but I'm gonna fucking nuke him. Why is this about my car? You're so salty. I'm gonna fucking key your car. You can hear my key jingling. I'm gonna fucking key it. Motherfucker. I got my house key right here and it's gonna go and get your car. Yeah, fucking cry about it. I'm being toxic, but that's like my second nature. You know, surprising enough, guys, you might not believe this, but I used to not be toxic in life. I used to, but I think people corrupted me. People corrupted me and made me the way I am. I used to be normal. That's my first nature. Should get a better one. How is your Queen Felix, the Japanese royal family, thriving? Holy shit. That's a callback and a half. Ugh. I need to stretch. I still want to go to Japan one of these days, dude. I still really want to. Oh, funny enough, right? I don't think I've talked about this, but at least starting last week, I'm not starting this last week, but I've been going to, what's it called? I've been working out a lot more in the mornings with my friends and everything. But last week, we started going to yoga on Wednesdays because they want to do this yoga thing that's supposed to be more intensive. And the funniest thing, like most of it's like, what do you expect? And then literally at the end, she was the instructor lady, because it's a group thing, was like, hey, we're gonna like do this like rest thing, we gotta get all the bad energy, bad thoughts out, whatever the fuck. It's basically fucking nap time, and it's really funny because you get a blanket, you basically just lay on your yoga mat and use it as a pillow. It's fucking nap time, which is the silliest shit. But like, I fuck with it because, hey dude, I haven't had nap time since I was a kid, so like, fuck it, we ball, you know? Dude, class or nap time, let's do it. It's really silly. Because, man, you don't want to make it personal, you force me, man. I'll just say one thing, Falklands, boom, fuck you. I'm not Argentinian. Are you still salty? Okay, you know what, Felix, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm screen capping everything you just said. I'm sending it to my Argentinian friend right now. I'm gonna wait for him to see what he says. Because I'm gonna say he wants me to send you this. There you go. There you go. No, I'm almost gonna put in the quote that he's British. And now we're stoking the flames. If I make a good talk at me out. Oh wait, fuck, my things went off. God damn it! Look what you made me do. You made the wrong keys. My wrong keybinds. You get canceled if you don't care. True. Also, why would you get canceled over saying the Falkland Islands? Like, literally no one gives a shit about them, I think. Like, nowadays, really. At least I don't think he cares, but I'm doing this for the bit anyway. I can make a case against you, Felix. True. The amount of things you said. You're getting sent to the gulag. Studying law, Felix. Isn't it considered, like... Is it? The Falkland Islands, really? Say people don't care about it? I mean, people in America definitely don't care about it, because why would we? I don't think it would be. That's kind of stupid, don't you think? Oh. I mean, if you're fucking British at saying that, I guess, but I'm American and like I'm not involved in the situation. Even know what that was exactly. Like, I feel like the only people that would know about it are Argentinians, low key. I don't think most British people would even know about it, low key. I mean, it's like me not knowing about like probably a bunch of other shit that we take, and like I didn't know at one point we had the fucking Philippines or some shit, you know? Americans aren't involved in a lot of situations, yes, they act like they care a lot. I mean, yeah. I don't. I'm an exception. I don't give a fuck. I just want fucking potatoes. I don't know. See, that's the fun thing that mattered to me. Was the Irish potato family, because God, we have potatoes. That's why I like you more. I just don't like thinking about that kind of shit. I just go with the flow. That's completely fair, though. The flow is nice. That's how life is meant to be, I think. People get very concerned about a lot of shit. So I'm like looking at some stuff. You like playing Red Dead Redemption? Well, I finished the game. I'm playing fucking Undead Nightmare this weekend. I'm German. I don't say, I don't say anything to what is racist and what's not. Well, that's just your history unfortunately kind of fucked you in that regard. I do want to visit Germany one of these days though, because I think especially the Oktoberfest would be kind of fun. Even though I don't like beer, but it would be kind of fun. I don't know, I keep attracting people that are German. To like my chat sometimes. You're not the first German I've had, which is really funny to me. German's like the hottest ever. What the f, Felix? Damn, you're gassing up all the Germans. All the Germans, bro. Oh, God. You know, the funny thing is actually, we had German exchange students growing up in high school. We would have a group that would alternate. Either we went to Europe or they would come to where we are. There was a school we did it with. They would come to us, like, because it was a band thing. So a bunch of the band kids would house them. Mine never did because our house was shit, but that's beside the point. And also I never went to Germany, so I was never obligated to. But some of the guys would house them and everything. And they would do shit, whatever the fuck. We never really talked to them that much because, man, you didn't really speak their language. I never really talked to them. And also, I wasn't friends with anyone that was rooming them. So it's like one of those things, like, oh, well, I don't know. Where's every German? It was neat. I'm about to say, might make your friend forgive me for what I said and make things right. Write to him in all caps. I'm not writing to him. I'm just gonna screen cap what you say, if anything. Also, no. See, I don't know what that means. I'm a little scared. Hi, Jordan. That's the first thing I read. Welcome in, Magic Moon. How you doing? We're just bullshitting right now. If I like to say someone, I would send if you do to someone and say this could be us. This is a song, by the way. I see. Dude, I could never do like, oh, this could be us kind of thing unless it's to a friend. And it's just always bullshitting. Like a male friend, I'll say like, I'll send them some like abhorrent shit, you know? Because it's one of those things. Like a natural guy friendship is just saying the gayest shit to each other without meaning anything because that's what you do. It's funny. So what about German's name is? We were talking about like just other shit. What do I say? Raul mentioned he's German, and I started talking about like having German exchange students in my high school bullshit, that kind of thing, etc., etc. Then Felix just went off about that. Some of my friends are texting me right now. Does anyone need German and need something? That's a good question. I need you to look up German ASMR VTubers. I'm not looking that up. Also, I need to text my friend real quick. He's talking about stuff on Friday, because he wants to know basically what I don't want, which is them getting too drunk. There we go. Wait, I looked it up. Remember die in German means the. I do remember that. I took a German class, especially the Yandere genre. Yeah, I'm not an ASMR guy. I understand why people are into it. I have some friends that are into it. Very specifically, not like the roleplay kind. Hey, Kiji the Waffle, what the fuck? But they generally like the tingles it gives, whatever. You like, excuse me, I was burping. ASMR, I'm not a fan of it. Not really much a fan of it, to be honest. Because, like, the roleplay kind is kind of cringe, not gonna lie, to me. And I don't get tingles. Oh, you're talking about, that's a specific person? I don't know who the fuck that is. How the fuck would I have a thing? I think Felix loved history class. Dude, I liked history class growing up, dude. That shit was actually fun to me. Because I learned a lot of random bullshit, which is really fun to me. I like ASMRP, but don't like the glass clicking or ASMR eating. That's fair. I know for my friends that are really into it, they very much like certain things that cause them to get tingles or whatever the fuck. I don't know how it works. Because apparently they assert there's a legit thing behind it or whatever the fuck. I just don't know how it works, and I don't care. Felix loves history because Felix is Italian, especially I'm English. Listen, I'm not Italian, guys. I wouldn't know. I hated it because I was just reading and fell asleep in that class. I mean, it's kind of easy. At least history with me was really easy, and I could just do that, get away with that, honestly, because it's just memorizing shit. That's how it's easy, dude. Because, hey, if the class is just memorization, it's fucking easy to me. I can really force feed memory really quickly, especially last minute. I was, as bad as it was in high school, I was really bad about, like, fucking, what's it called? Really bad about cramming last minute. Oh, girlfriend, why would I look that up? I don't know, man. Maybe you want that. Maybe you want that, Felix. Maybe you want your German yandere girlfriend, Felix. Because you don't know what women are, Felix. You do. You didn't have to kill the man like that. You didn't have to murder him. That's brutal. I never watched female ASMR YouTubers. I mean, yeah, there's probably guy dudes who do it too. I mean, when I was really into some, I would watch it. Not necessarily because of I was into it, but because the person I was watching to was doing it like once or twice. But then, nah. Kiji the Waffle knows all about who? I don't watch ASMR, my guy. I don't watch it, it's not my thing. Again, people are into it, that's fine, like what you like, but it's not my thing. You know? I do not judge. And I mentioned it earlier, the RP to me feels too cringy. But, meh. You know, if you're into it, you're into it, that's fine. Spends conscious teams talking about her. Crazy girl? She's just crazy, that's all it is. You could talk about it. You could tell him, I don't know. I try to just forget. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What else? I don't know why. I also don't feel like, I don't like people hear ASMR. It's just one of those things. Either you're into, you can like look past the cringe of the RP, which is fine. You can do that. Or you get the tingles that the traditional shit does. Because again, my friends say they do get brain tingles from ASMR. Like ASMR because I like to listen to hot anime guys. You know what, like this guy. Like, I would do ASMR but not hear it. Yeah, that's fine. People do that. Like, I guess I wouldn't necessarily mind doing it, but like, I would not do the RP shit. I would cringe, because I always live with people, dude. I live with people. I couldn't fucking handle it, ever. I have too much shame out here, dude. I would fucking die inside. Especially if people hear me. That's why I don't like doing karaoke. I like doing karaoke, but like, people hear me sometimes, dude. And sometimes my roommates were asked, like, dude, why were you saying shit? And it's like, well, you know, puts fingers together and stuff. That kind of thing. That's life, but that's life. What voice range do you have? I don't fucking know. For me, I don't know. How are you talking to him? Like, if only known as scares getting hit by a car ASMR. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. Have a early pride month, Felix. Okay. This is really something I find really funny, honestly. It's just slightly political, but it's a kind of funny political to me. And it's not really bad, because everyone kind of agrees, like, this is obviously how things work, in my opinion. But I don't know if you guys saw fucking Google out remove some of that shit off their calendars. And it's just taking the whole, like, dude, corporates definitely don't fucking give a fuck about you to a whole new level. It's so fucking funny. Is it Obama and Trump by? No, dude, the ship was Trump and Biden. What are you talking about, dude? They have to kiss each other. Okay, those memes were hilarious, though. Honest to God, that was, like, the best thing to come out of the election, to be completely honest, was the fucking, like, Biden missing Trump or Trump missing Biden memes. That was the funniest shit. Listen. I'm not a Yowie guy, alright? I'm not. I'm really not. But holy fuck. That was the funniest shit, alright? They were cooking with that shit, alright? It was hilarious. It was hilarious. Good times. I only watch Yami because women don't watch it. Okay. More power to you, I guess. I don't know. I would not. I'm not interested in it. I watched, like, 2 episodes of one once because my friends put it on a call, and I was like, it's alright. Is it gay to watch Yaoi with the boys? Okay, listen. When it's with the boys, right, here's the thing. It depends on the group. You might be wondering, how the fuck does it depend on the group, DJ? Here's the thing. When me and my boys watch shit, we comment. And when you comment, you make shit funny. It's an objective truth. It doesn't even have to be, it can be something good, it can be something trash. But if you comment, it becomes more funnier. Like, me and my friends, I've talked about this situation before. We bullshitted an entire new storyline to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Like, that's just something we did. And it was funny. It was hilarious. Like, if that same group watched a fucking yaoi anime for whatever reason, and we did, like, this similar kind of bullshit where we were just dicking around while watching it, it would be funny. It would be funny. That's true, trash stuff is so funny, friend. It is. And so, like, it doesn't really matter what you're watching as long as it's not fucking porn. That's not true, I've done that before. That's beside the point. But you can make it funny. I watched Yarichin Bitch Club. That sounds familiar, but I don't remember that offhand. Obisakaki. I don't know what that is, though. I gave it under the limb for that goes for sec. I don't know if that's how that works. I love Yarichin. Good for y'all. I don't know. The only thing I'm happy about recently is that ReZero started up again. Because I didn't notice until, like, today that it's airing again, because it was on break for a few months, and I was like, holy shit, I need to watch these episodes. And I watched them right before stream, because I'm still a filthy anime watcher. My favorite, I don't know who these people are. You guys are saying names, I don't know, it's scaring me. Sisso Pinker, I don't know who these people are. Ari, thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate it. Have a fantastic day, evening, afternoon, wherever it is in your part of the world. We're just bullshitting. I feel nothing is gay to keep your socks on. I don't know if that's how that works, but if it makes you feel better, then, you know, live your life like that, you know? Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I'm just a guy. Like little skits are like mentally handicapped. I love them. Love what you love, my guy. I wouldn't want someone, you know, crazy. Hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, fella. We're just bullshitting about something. For some reason, they're talking about yaoi, I think. I don't know. I'm not in this. Thank you for the hep pad. It's supposed to be a Wdym, where it actually does work. It's kind of broken right now, but the feeling is there, and I still like it. I don't know why my shit broke. I crashed out of the 3 chapters of Ducal Lux. I love Jinx. The only Jinx I know is unfortunately the League one, which my sister's really into. You're so in this. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening, chat. I'm just being involved. You guys are like saying things and it's coming to my head and I'm just like pissing myself, being like, what is going on? I'm kidding. It's fine, but it's really funny. God. Fuck. I mean, I never really watched any like Yuri or Yaoi shit. The only one I remember offhand that I remember people really liking and I was like maybe interested in watching was like Banana Fish, I think. Honestly, because people were like, dude, the show's actually like really good, like otherwise, like actually, and I'm like, okay, well maybe I'll give it a watch. And then I never did. But I know people like it. I was like, whatever. This reminds me too, funny enough. Alright. I mentioned before earlier, I'm in the anime club at my college, right? And one of the things we do, we play games before we watch anything for giggles, just to, you know, have fun, whatever the fuck. And one of those things we did was Jeopardy, just unspecialized Jeopardy. And the funniest shit the last time we did it was one of the sections was just shoujo anime. And the funniest thing is, it was like, okay, we needed to have all the women answer for us because none of the guys knew like any of them. I think the only one anyone knew that was like not a woman was fucking Aura on High School Host Club, because that's the one only anyone ever knows, because it's actually like a show most people like, or like has seen at least, or heard of at the very least. Everything else was like, dude, I've never heard of this show before. This show does not exist. And they're like, oh, dude, it's this show. It's like, I don't know what this is. What's your favorite anime? Okay. It's gonna be very, very basic, alright? Because here's the thing, right? Here's another random thing. I don't watch a lot of shonen because I don't want to go through watching too many episodes. But my favorite anime is a shonen. It's a good one though. It's a good one. It's Full Metal. I like Full Metal Alchemist. I think that's my favorite one. And it's very, very basic. Yeah, it is. But I really, really enjoyed it for what it was worth. And to me, it's not too long. It's perfect. It's perfect length. I watched the original. I watched fucking Brotherhood. I really enjoyed what it is. And again, no offense to any One Piece fans, but it's not like 1,000 episodes. I respect the fuck out of anyone who watches 1,000 episodes worth of their anime, dude. That's respectable. I respect it, you know? I can't. I don't have that fucking fortitude, my guy. That's why I tried watching Bleach, for example, and I liked Bleach, but I could never finish. I was skipping. Excuse me. I was skipping. What is it called? The like filler arcs 2 and everything, but I never finished it. I just like watched like one arc. Did you watch JoJo? I watched a bit of it, but I fell off part 3. I liked it for what it's worth, but I just fell off. Because the part 3 was like, at least in the beginning, was filling up the week, and so it became really kind of boring to me. No offense, but I didn't like it, and it caused me to fall off. This was really long ago, though. This was like high school, I think, so maybe I could give it another rewatch one of these days. I really like part 2. Part 2 was really fun to me. I liked it. I skipped some other ones because it got all confusing. For One Piece, yeah, I can believe it. And again, I respect a lot of people that are into it, because again, if you have that kind of dedication, you know, it's very respectable, especially if you think it's something that's really that good. The one thing I'm very noticed about, that I've noticed about like animes and mangas a lot recently, is what's it called? Is that a lot of at least recent stuff has been kind of at least people think it's kind of disappointing. There's been a lot of decisiveness about it ever since like AOT, in my opinion. So like AOT had a very divisive ending, and like anything very popular had a divisive ending. Like I know Oshinoko had a divisive ending, JJK had a divisive ending. I know one of my friends says Tokyo Avengers had an awful ending, etc, etc. I always said Edward Elric is a basic name. Edward, yes. Elric, I had never heard before. I've never heard anyone whose last name was Elric. It works for what it is. It works for what it is, so I like it. I felt like Park 5 need to continue so much good, but I kind of got bored. That's fair. That's fair. I don't think of any other anime or manga that had like an awful ending. And granted, most of these are manga endings, and I'm not going to spoil it because I'm not a bastard. But a lot of those people believe those endings are divisive, which makes me really nervous, because like I know my friends tell me that like, oh, the One Piece is ending soon or whatever the fuck, and it's like, dude, if this is one of those endings where it's divisive, I think people will actually riot, and I'm a little nervous about that. I think Komi ended it. Maybe. I think that one maybe had a divisive one. I think people said it also just dragged on way too long or some shit. I've seen people not necessarily like Komi. I read it a bit, and then I never fucking... I fell off. I've been wanting for 9 years. Yeah. It's one of those ones that really kept up with it. And I kind of like just... I read a bit of it, and it's like, I got to a point where it's like, okay, I caught up with it, but also I don't really care about continuing, dude. You know? Because to me, like... Another manga that's probably gonna be like very similarly long running. It's like very similar of getting 100 things. It's gonna be 100 Girlfriends. And I actually watched the like first season of that because I was interested and I liked it. I thought it was funny, at least a bit. That one's also gonna be, I feel like it's also gonna drag on like that one is, because fucking the entire point is literally getting 100. I think, at least when I've seen online, I never finished it, so I might be completely shouting shit my ass, that they generally try to get her properly 100 French, which is why it took so long. Which is, damn. Respectable, damn. That's life. You can see my Wdym knowledge coming out. I'm still... the thing is, I haven't been reading that much. I haven't read any mangas in like a hot minute, which is fine. I don't have to. But that's because, again, more or less nowadays, it's like, hey, I'm trying to get back into actually watching like seasonal stuff, that is, which is working out. It's working out because I'm watching more seasonal things ever since, like, I want to say season or two ago, some shit like that. And it's fine, and I like some of the stuff. I just read depressive novels. That's what you like, that's what you like. Sometimes the anime names are so weird. I mean, I guess the animes itself are just as weird. Yeah. I mean, dude, fucking, you had the vending machine isekai or whatever the fuck, dude. It's like, hey, you can't really get much weirder than that shit. People are fucking weird. I mean, if you like it, you know, hey, perks do it, I guess. But it's really funny. I mean, like, sometimes the ones that have, like, the weirdest names can sometimes be really good. Like, I started watching the what's it called? The one coming out this season. I'm watching the guild receptionist one, which is like, oh, I'm a guild receptionist, but I have the power to one-shot enemies or whatever the fuck, which is a really odd name. But I kind of like it. Because, I don't know, I like it. I'm really easy to please. Like, I feel like I'm a Guild fan sometimes, where I just like shit, usually. I heard it's really good, but it also sounds so weird. Yeah, that's just... It's one of those things, man. Some of the weirdest sounding names are the ones that are freaking good. The sad thing is, like, mostly nowadays is, like, my recommendations for animes is just, hey, what's getting a Twitter clip that looks kind of funny? Because that's legitimately almost everything I'm watching right now is just, hey, I saw a clip somewhere that made it look kind of interesting, and fuck it, we're just gonna watch it because why not? You know, hey, could be good. I'll just stop if it doesn't. Like, the one that I watched, like, an episode of and went, okay, I'm not gonna like this, was one about an isekai where an elf just comes back to the real world, like our world. And I thought, that's a little interesting. You don't see that too often. I'll watch it. Why not? Watched the first episode and went, this is basically a slice of life. Never mind. That's not what I liked at all. And I never watched it since. I told myself it was, and then I was like, no, I'm not. Remember back in the day, my favorite quote was, to die, I must die. Living itself is a sin. Jesus Christ. And I agree with it. I honestly wonder if I was okay. Are you okay, Utah? I think it's cool you can just enjoy stuff and not everything needs to be Full Metal or something like that. Yeah, because a lot of things have their perks. You know, a lot of things have their beauty. And yeah, maybe not worth a second rewatch because that's when you notice some of the problems. But if you just, like, go into it, at least temper your expectations, it can be really good. Like, for example, right? I'm isekai trash. That is unfortunately a genre I really liked for whatever fucking reason. I really liked it. And one of the shows I watched, like, the first season of, I really enjoyed, was Shield Hero. I really liked that one. Because everyone agrees the first season of that show was fucking really good. And then, I didn't watch the second season, third season when it was coming out, but apparently, like, had, like, a fucking nosedive off a cliff. At least the second season was. Because it was adapting, like, the worst arc of the fucking show or whatever the fuck. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch it then. And then one day I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll watch it for giggles, because I'm trying to get back into anime. And I remember really liking the first season. Why not just rewatch it and then go into it? And, like, just going into it, knowing, hey, the second season and the third season, not as good as the first one. The second season especially is gonna be kind of bad. Just don't expect to peak. And I watched it. And the thing about it is like, you can look past the bad stuff, as long as it's not boring. And I think, at least in that regard, it's not boring. Because it is inexcusable if it's boring. Because if it's boring, you can't watch it. At least it wasn't boring. I get why people didn't like it, and that's completely justifiable reason. Some of that shit was silly as hell, and I did not like certain things. But it wasn't boring, and so I could keep watching. And that's at least the only thing I could fucking get behind. As long as something isn't boring, you could fucking just enjoy it if you just turn off your brain. That's what I like in JoJo. It's like dumb and funny, so I don't really care if it has plot holes and stuff. Yeah, that's the thing, man. You could just go with it. Like my friend keeps. I remember when I was younger in high school, my friend just kept, whenever he was like talking about JoJo, there was like an entire subsection of Araki forgot. Because it was just an entire thing. He would just forget to include things or forget how things worked or whatever the fuck, which is really funny. Is this in Tokyo Suicide or a Double Suicide normal? Because I feel like it's pretty normal. I'm assuming those are songs, so maybe. I think if it's really good, then it gets more bad when it gets silly. Yeah. Waffles is so cool. I am really cool, Billy. Thank you. How'd you know? How'd you know? I think I watched an anime called Psycho-Pass, and I got so bored I don't even remember what it's about. Okay, two things. One, yeah, when it's boring, or at least when you think it's boring, you're not gonna remember it because to you it's not good. Second, I actually like Psycho-Pass. Fuck. Do you even have a bottom half? I do. Here, if you really guys want to see me, here, give me a sec. Here, I'm gonna fucking space out because Billy wants to know. I do have pants. Look, and shoes. See? I do have it. Are you satisfied? You saw my feet. Well, my shoes. For free, even. Aren't I so kind? Thank you. Fuck ads. Okay, I need to take a break. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. The shoes, they couldn't handle the shoes. I'll be right back, guys. Hello, I'm back. Hello. Okay, before I got fucking distracted and Twitch ads just said, hey bro, don't be showing feet and try to shotgun me out of existence. First of all, I'm not showing feet. My fucking shoes are on. Please keep in mind. My fucking tootsies are covered, and you guys are ill. Second of all, I didn't even get to mention the main thing about this model. Fun fact, if you didn't see in the descriptions, this is a pre-made model, hee. This is customized to look like me, hee. This is pre-made. Fun fact. Cost like $80? I'm poor. I can't afford an actual one. So, yeah, that's a fun fact for now. It is edited, but also it's allowed, so suck my balls, I don't know. But it's really funny to me. It's really fun. Probably the ad break wasn't too bad. I have to like think back into what I was saying before. My brain went very small. We were talking about animes and shit. I feel like it'd be cool shoes to take them off. I can't, alright? Maybe when I have like millions of dollars and I can get like good feet rigging. Maybe, alright? Can you imagine VTuber with like, it's just leaning into the foot fetish? And she has like each toe individually rigged or some shit. That would be foul, but also kinda smart. Okay, listen. That's disgusting, alright? I think it's disgusting. But think about it. Think about the money. Think about the money. Because those people pay like top. It's like furries, dude. It's like furries. Furries would make money off furry like stuff, right? That's just true. Like we all know that. That's like an entire thing. Feet fetishes are the same thing. They would pay top dollar for that. Yeah, that's an untapped market, dude. I can't do it. But like, dude, think about it. This is a $1 million idea right here, dude. If you hear this right now, fucking invest in Feetcoin right now, dude. Invest in Feetcoin. Plus, you don't even need like everything above. Like, it's the opposite of what normal people do with their models. Usually, when people's models like come out, it's like everything like chest up like is the only part that matters. Like everything under doesn't matter. It's like the exact opposite. You can have like a complete like ugly face as long as you have like good feet. This is awful. This is an awful fucking topic. I'm sorry. This is what I'm yapping about. I'm gonna buy a feet coin right fucking now, dude. Dude, it's gonna go to the fucking moon. It's gonna go to the fucking moon. There's really one doing foot streams ASMR, like rigging, like foot rigging, like actual like feet, like anime feet rigged. Ain't no way that market's already been done. That's insane. That's still like a niche, all right? That's a good fucking niche. Think about it. That's fucking brilliant. Oh no, a real feet. Then that doesn't count. That doesn't count. We're talking fake anime feet. Sorry, that's disgusting. That's still disgusting. I'm not into feet, guys. Okay, don't use this against me. Don't frame this. Don't clip any of this. I will cry. Oiled feet, no, I'm not into it. All right, I will defend myself and say I'm not into it. That's not my thing. It's not my thing. Not my thing at all. If you're into it, that's fine, alright? Like, we're in America. Well, at least I am. And you're allowed to like what you like. As long as it's not illegal. You start with the idea. Listen, it was a business proposition, okay? It's a business proposition. I'm just thinking on the business terms of it. You know, it would make money. It would. Like, try to dispute that. Why wouldn't it make money? You know? It would. I'm just an idea, man. Don't sue him, exactly. You know, I could patent it. I'm patenting it right now. It's like that one girl who tried to like. You guys saw that one girl on Twitter who was like patenting the whole like. I forget what it was. She was like a belly dancer or some shit. She was a VTuber that was a belly dancer, and she had like her model would do like the fucking like hip shaking thing, and she tried to like patent it. You could do that. Patented feet technology. Live 2D feet technology. Feetcore don't really think that was too late. You started exactly, but I gotta get on that patent, dude. I gotta monopolize the market and do nothing with it and just make everyone else suffer. I'm kidding. That is a topic I didn't think I was going into today. This is what happens when my recesses in my brain are able to expunge themselves, you know? It's to, you know, it's able to come out. In case for educational purposes, it's true. Educational purposes, true. I'm not into like a lot of those things that people like really like. That's like other stuff. Like, oh, dude, there's like the entire substream of people that are into armpit and shit. Again, like what you like. I'm not. It's not my thing. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you clearly like it and you're into it and you got mad and I dissed it. My apologies. Let me. I don't have a good space for this. I have to go back. Give me a sec. Okay. Here's your push-up. I did it like really far back, but I did do a push-up because my place is a mess right now, and there's a lot of shit on the floor. So I did it on my bed because I'm being really lazy. Sometimes I feel like everyone just needs to calm down and talk about feet or other dumb shit like that. That's completely fair, dude. When people are too serious sometimes. People are really serious sometimes. Sometimes you just want to have a light conversation about like, I don't know, penis or some shit. I don't know. You guys ever got like, what was it, Pen 15 or some shit when you were younger? Which, if you don't know what that is, it's just the bullshit, or it's like, oh dude, you want to be part of the Pen 15 club? And it's like, dude, what's Pen 15? And they're like, oh here, let me show you. And they get like a marker or a Sharpie or some shit, and they just write penis on your hand. It's a penis joke. I don't know why I just randomly remembered that, but I just had it happen to me once. So I was like, what the fuck is Pen 15? And they're like, okay, and they just wrote penis on my hand. And that was like the stupidest shit. That was like peak comedy back then. I mean, it's juvenile shit, but hey, dude, back then, you know, that's all you needed. You know? We don't even have clubs. Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. You didn't have Pen 15. You weren't part of the Pen 15 club. I drew peepees on people with Sharpie. Because it's funny. It's funny. Dude, back in my high school, you weren't even allowed to curse. You would get a detention if you caught cursing. So you had like a subsection of teachers who were just like didn't really care if you cursed. And they were like the coolest motherfuckers. So you could say like shit, like fuck and everything like in front of them, and they would just not do it. Or they would do it in their own classrooms, you know? Because like fucking whatever, you know? And it was like the silliest shit. It was really funny to me. We did play PS game back in high school. Oh, that thing? Dude, we would get in so much trouble if we did that shit, dude. Because the thing about it is that, like, if you didn't know, because random Kiji lore that I've dropped like 20 million times, I'm going to drop again. I went to Catholic school, so they were very stingent on certain shit like that, because they had to be all prim and proper and like reduce all fun, etc, etc. Didn't really work out, but you know, it is what it is. Indeed, like we were like it was like a military school in some things, because it's like, dude, we had to look a certain way and everything. Like everyone had to have short hair. If you had too long of a hair, that's the detention. Like everything was a detention, which was the most annoying shit. Like there wasn't like a work up to detention or anything like that. It was just straight detentions. And it's like, okay, bro, fine. If you like said some like insulted a teacher, that's a detention. If you fucking was late to the class, that's a detention. If you had too long of hair, that's a detention. If you had a mustache, that's a detention. Shit like that. It's like, why that stuff is like fucking equivalent? I don't know. But it was. That sounds hard. Honestly, it got easier when you're older. Because when you were older, dude, the teachers just kind of gave you more respect in a way. And so you just didn't get detentions. Again, you hear how much I curse, like just in the stream alone. I'm a fucking sailor. And so I still cursed a lot in high school. That didn't really stop me. I just was always doing it with friends and stuff, and I wasn't ever that loud. And so the teachers that did hear me just didn't care, or just tell me to stop. You know, they were chill. So you're supposed to just wipe them down and like get them attention, but they just wouldn't, because they're not dicks. They know what it's like. We just did whatever the fuck we wanted in school. We did do it to a certain extent, but they would just be bitches about it sometimes. In school, I have archery because my dad. We didn't have archery. We had other shit, but we did not have archery. There was a lot of random things, but I wasn't in a lot of them because it was a band. Because I can't choke up way too much of my life, unfortunately. I wasn't even that into it, but I just did it because it was a quick way to make friends, which worked out. It is what it is. Archery would be so cool. I did it once as a kid, and I did not like it because I really sucked at aiming with it, which is really funny because I've talked about this before. I can aim with a fucking gun, but I can't aim with a fucking bow, which is kind of tilting. You mean fucking iron sights and I can fucking aim a motherfucker, but I can't shoot a fucking bow. But again, I was a kid, so I don't know. I mean, I was a prodigy. Yeah, I feel like the term just gets used a lot nowadays. dude, you're a prodigy, but you're not necessarily an actual prodigy, you know? No offense. But people just say a lot of shit sometimes, and then you get, like, fucking pressure on yourself, and it's like, oh, well, oh, you're never, that you, like, only reach so high, and it's like, oh, damn, I guess I never lived up to expectations, and it gets sad. That's whatever. That's life. Like, shrug shoulders. I wasn't a prodigy, really. My parents just hyped me up from, like, academics and shit, and now I'm just, like, in college being like, oh, well, you have student debt. That didn't really work out. I'm just a STEM kid now, which is, I guess where that naturally leads. I don't know if it was because I did martial arts, but I had a lot of focus, though, or people were just so bad. That's completely fair. Over my eye. Sometimes you just get shit, you know? Because to me, like, even my, like, high school classes, sometimes things were just really easy for me, and then I hear people being like, dude, what the fuck is this? And it's like, it's not that hard, dude, just pay attention in class. Like, it's not that hard. Or do you even pay attention to class? Just look at the material once in your life. I don't know. Yeah, my shit was just memorization, which is probably why I did so well in school. It is what it is. Because the one thing I struggled with more often than not was, like, those fucking math questions that were like, oh, you have to discern everything. And it's like, oh, well, that's where I'm fucking dying, which is my 2 algebra classes, which is what I hated. It's so weird to hear you can aim with a gun, but not with a bow, because, like, no one in Germany has a gun. I live in America, down in the South, where everyone had a gun. No, legitimately. I'll talk about this before. I have to write, so have a good night. Alright, dude, have a night. Good night, Yuto. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Bye. Nah, I was a Boy Scout growing up, and literally one of the things, I went to a summer camp, and literally one of the things you could do was shoot guns. Like, in a Cub Scout, which was like the before thing, you shot BB guns. But then when you were in a, like, Boy Scout, which is like the upper echelon when you're in like high school and shit, at least middle school, like upper middle school, you switched over to like real like rifles and shit. I remember the first time I did it. That was the first time I did it, and I didn't have as good aim. I also think that was back when I didn't have glasses, so I just couldn't see without knowing. I couldn't see. That's still weird to me. That's different in culture, really, too, if you think about it. Because of that one little addition, there's certain things that is just way more culturally acceptable than other shit, you know? Like, I have a friend, I've talked about this before, but I have a friend that lives in a more rural part of our state, I would say. Not too far though, but like rural enough where you can have like a big plot of land, much bigger than like what I would have. And we went over to his house one day because he's now in the military, and we didn't get to see him for a while. And we were like, hey, let's go to your place because A, we like you, B, we like your brother, and C, your fucking mom was our chemistry teacher and we like her. So it was like a triple whammy, you know, we wanted to hang out. And it was our first time there for a lot of us. And he was like, hey, let's just shoot some shit. And we were like, yeah, sure. And they had a fucking collection. You know, there was like an average, like, 7 people, like, and on average, like, an average American has, like the amount of guns in America, like, every person has, like, 7 or whatever. And it's, like, skewed because a lot of people have, like, above 7. There were other people have above 7. And we shot, like, 4 things. They had, like, a bunch of weird shit, dude. He had a fucking Luger. He had a fucking Luger, one of those fucking old World War I guns, I think, or at least the bridge between the two, because it was like a 1920s gun. Fucking weird shit. It's so crazy to me. It's like so anime. Dude, yeah, it's weird. Hell, even in the States, if you think about it, there's like mini cultures in the States too. Just think about it. Like, if you look at a map of the U.S., the like most southeastern part is like way different from like the northwestern part, you know, like Washington is different from Florida. Fucking the Midwest has its own identity of being forgotten. You have the fucking, you know, West Coast, which is very different from the East Coast, you know, shit like that. Even like it's really interesting. That's why like a lot of it's like a whole thing, like Americans don't really travel a lot, especially outside of their country, just because the countries, like the states themselves, are like basically mini countries if you think about it, you know. It's just we all speak the same language. It's like the only notable thing. It's like, hey, I could go to Texas right now and it's so different from my state because Texas has its own like unique identity, which is a really cool thing. Or I could go to New York, which I have been, and it's such a New York City itself is such a unique place, even way more different than like New York, you know? It's so interesting. That's what makes it really interesting to me. Excuse me. Yeah, even in Germany, it has so much different stuff, even while not being that big. Yeah, it's really cool. It's always interesting too, because I've been told, or at least I like my area has a specific accent and everything, and then I just don't hear it, which makes me really confused. So at one point I got really bored one of these days, right? And I was like, okay, what's the accent of where I live? And like, you know, there's like, it was like, I was trying to find one of those like challenge videos where it's like they say certain things and it's like all sounds the same. Like the most famous one was like the whole meme where it was like the Baltimore accent, and it was like the phrase Aaron ironed. It was like Aaron ironed an iron urn or some shit. And it sounded like a dude was saying Aaron iron or some shit. And I was like, because of the certain like ways and their like accents in English and whatever. But there was none for us. We have a specific thing, but it's like there's fucking fuck all for us, and it's really funny. But we have a specific thing because people comment on what I sound like sometimes. When I was in Bama, another occasion, when I was with my family, we were on vacation in Bama, we were in like Gulf Shores, I think specifically. We went to a restaurant like day one, and the waitress there literally pointed out, was like, "Oh, you guys are from here?" Like, she knew where we were from. And she said it was based on accent, but also I think it was because my parents were wearing shirts about like sports teams and stuff, so she didn't need it, but it really impressed me regardless because of the fucking, she said it was because of the accents, which is really funny. Like the classic Germany is just like a small part of Germany. That's very true too. I don't know. When most people visit the US, they only really visit, what, LA, New York, if they visit anywhere. Maybe Florida if they want to go to beach or some shit, or Hawaii. But usually there's like so many other states that people just don't go to because there's not a big tourist factor to it, you know? Oh, more water. I got more water too. I'm a big water drinker. I love my iced water. It makes me happy. But it's a thing. It's a real thing now, thinking about it. Or my eyes. You know, a lot of stuff has a big tourist factor. I still have not been to LA, because the thing is that, like, I haven't been that far west at all. I've never been to the West Coast. I would love to go there one of these days, though. That's true, like, every place has some cool stuff about it. Dude, I would love to be like my step-grandpa, which is a loaded statement. I have 3 sets of grandparents. My dad's parents both divorced and remarried, so I have step-grandparents, technically. But my grandpa, he's one of those people that traveled all 50 states, which is something I would love to do if I had money. Puts fingers together. I'm really broke. I couldn't do that, but I would love to do that for giggles, dude. I'm just proud to at least be out of the fucking South at one point in my life, because through like literally up until like last year, I was always in the South of the U.S., which is like it's its own bubble. And then once you get out, it's like holy shrimp, it's different. But it's cool. I still want to visit other places. That's why I need money. I need to get like an Omega paying job so I can basically go here, there, everywhere. Oh, I could go to Vegas. I want to go to Vegas one of these days. And also, thanks for the follow, Waffle. I do appreciate it. I got a friend that works in Vegas too, actually. Fun fact. Online friend, but still friend's friend. Because I gotta gamble. I gotta be gamble core and gamble some more. I need to gamble my life savings away. That's like a fucking... If I had money, that would be like a fucking honeymoon trip, dude. Like, that's the classic honeymoon trip thing. Not honeymoon trip. Bachelor party trip. That's a fucking different turn of phrase. I'm fucking stupid. As much as that's, like, awful and, like, full of, like, debauchery or whatever, it's funny. I never gambled real money. Oh! At least on my own. I have another thing to talk about that I completely forgot about. History, every place is cool stuff here. Okay, so if you're not American, you're not gonna give a fuck about this. But it's okay, because it's not about it itself. So the Super Bowl is Sunday, and if you don't know what that is the championship game for American football. And you might be wondering, Kiji, why the fuck are you bringing sports ball into, like, life right now. Hold on a sec. It's relevant. It's relevant. You see, I didn't watch it, alright? I have no comment on it because I didn't want to watch it at all. It wasn't interesting to me because I didn't like the teams in it, so I didn't watch it. Which is a fair thing to do. And I found out on our way home, not on the way home, but on Sunday when I was like basically passing out and stuff, I was basically comatose, that my mother and father, they work at a shelter, and for some reason on their shelter, they did a sports betting pool thing, like a local thing, where you could like basically rent out, like buy out like scores basically to bet on. And apparently one of my she took them out for herself, family, and then all the kids for whatever reason. She does that for everyone. Every time they do any of the stuff, they do for all the kids, which is really sweet of them. They never had to do that, but they did it anyway. And I ended up winning once, and it goes by the quarters, so you have like 4 chances to win. But because of that, I want to thank because the first quarter, they had a touchdown. The score was 7-0, I think, and that was enough for me to get to win, and I got a free $125, and I'm like, damn, thanks, Mom. I didn't ask them to do this. I just was like, holy shit. I'm like, okay, shit, man, I'm good at fucking $300. Yeah, that's like cool. I'm like, damn, I don't know what to do with this now. Probably nothing, because I'm a broadcast. I should do nothing with it and just save the money in case I need it. But it's like, fuck, I really like this. I needed this money. I'm happy now. It was really nice. It's really, really nice. I'm really happy about that. But it was just random because I wasn't even watching the game. I think it was like I was in the bathtub taking a bath because I'm trying to be a cleanly motherfucker. And I got like, it was on my phone. I get the text. It's like, yeah, you got like $125. I'm like, oh. Which is the weirdest shit, dude. I occasionally just get random fucking messages in the fucking bathtub. Like, there was one person that was DMing me every once in a while, like on Twitter or whatever, and for whatever reason, just random timing, they always initiated like a message or whatever when I was in the fucking tub. Like, they had no idea because I never just mentioned it, because that's a fucking weird thing to mention. Like, hey, I'm in the tub right now, lol. That's weird. I'm not gonna say that. But it's also just really random, because I would be like straight bathing right now or just chilling in the tub looking at memes, because I'm one of those people. I don't really give a fuck. It was also really fucking funny. I would give you money now, but I'm broke myself. Maybe so, like, don't worry about it, dude. I'm a fucking broke ass. I don't know what it's like. You don't have to give me money unless you have money. It's like I'm not doing this for a career. At least not now. Maybe down the line if I'm like fucking mega famous or some shit. But not now. I can tell you that much. I'm in college, so hey, I got a fucking buffer period to do these dumb things. Also, I don't know if I said welcome back, but thank you. Welcome back. I almost say thank you. Am I stupid? I'm a dungeon master for a 5-player game. D&D, it's one of those things, right? I really like the aesthetics of everything. When I tried it out with my friends way back when, in high school, I wasn't a massive fan of it. Nowadays, it might be different, especially since notoriously the DMs I were part of weren't necessarily that good. But it never was something I didn't like that much. Mainly because I think it took too long. I'm cooked. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I never tried D&D, but it's cool. If you want to try it out, just get a group. Get a group. A lot of people really enjoy it. Just try to get someone that really knows what they're doing when it comes to DMing. Because what I've been told from my friends that are still into D&D, that it really does change things when you have someone that really knows what they're doing. Because there's certain things that just makes it not enjoyable about that kind of thing. Like, one of my friends, when I did his campaign, he would be very, try to like force the story he wanted, and you know, it's like, hey, you want to do a thing that's like goes against his overall story. He's basically going to pigeonhole you into doing what he wants. Like, if you can guess an outcome of a thing and you want to prevent it, he's not going to let you prevent it. And it kind of takes the fun out of it, you know? The thing is, some friends ask me, but like, we never really plan anything and never bring it up again. That's like the worst thing about it, is like, sometimes you get all the investment and everything in, but then you yeah, when we do like one meeting and then you never do shit again, and it's like, well, I put in all this effort for fucking fuck all. Like, I'm not gonna be happy about it. Get a D20 and a crap of paper. You can technically do it with the online stuff, but I know people have issues with some of it at least. But I'm not a fucking. I don't know too much about it. I can't really say shit. I don't know anything really too much. I'm not an expert in that regard. I can't remember their name, but I keep seeing these clips of the. Oh god, I don't know their name. You probably have seen it because they're all over Twitter and shit, but they're on YouTube Shorts especially. There's a D&D group that's been making the rounds everywhere. They have like the animations and shit, and they're really, really funny dudes. And I really love their fucking clips. I only remember like some of their character names, because you have a fucking like, one of them was like, they have like a fucking clown named Chuckles or whatever the fuck, and they would just like fuck around and whatever. And it's really funny, like they're comedic as fuck, and I'm like, damn, that's really, like, listen, if I was not into D&D, this would be the fucking thing that would get me into D&D or some shit, dude, like, holy fuck. Because everything would be really funny. Yeah, it sucks. I heard a really bad story about D&D, but you just need to play people for it. Yeah, that's how it is. I remember my old friend, when he was running games sometimes. He also wasn't a good DM, this is a different one. But I think we would get into arguments over what I wanted to do. It wasn't like harsh stuff, because we're still friends to this day, so it was never stuff that's that bad. Like, I'm not gonna let that stuff affect me. But we would get into arguments or some shit. It would be really silly. But that's in the past, you know? That's in the past. That ain't gonna hurt me, man. I'm like water, man. That shit don't affect me no more. I'm scratching my face right now. Don't mind me. I cry my life. That's life. That's life. If you're a DM, you should know how to deal with troublemakers. I wasn't necessarily a troublemaker, but I was a, I don't know, I think I was just trying to do things and be like, that's not how this works. Or it's like, well, you're not describing it like things where, or whatever. Well, you were just not like to get my motivations for trying to do things. Whatever, it's whatever. Like, again, I was a high school student at the time, so I was fucking stupid, and he was fucking stupid. We were all fucking stupid in high school. That's just how high school is. We're fucking stupid. That's when all the stupid shit happens. Sometimes you just really starting to get arguments with good friends. It's just part of being good friends, I guess. Dude, yeah, exactly. Gotta stretch. I'm trying to think of anything else. Like, high school has so many notable memories. And my college stuff now, I'm getting a lot more notable memories, which I'm really happy about. As I mentioned this before, I transferred to the college I'm currently at, because my old college, I did fuck all, and it was very sad. And I was like, I should get out of here and transfer to a new place. And I was like, hey, fucking poppin'. That's why I'm getting all the news stories and bullshit from, because it's a lot more fun. Because life really is what you make of it for people, I guess. Plus, you can just see a lot of odd things. The only problem, which I mentioned earlier, is that my current friend group is like fucking alcoholics. Because unfortunately, I go to a fucking party school, and I don't go here because I'm 22. I don't have to, but there's places nearby that don't fucking card, so they get fucking alcohol way too often. That's the thing too. All the ones that can't handle their shit are all the guys that are not like 21 under, they're all under 21, which is really funny to me. I don't buy alcohol for them, first of all. I don't buy alcohol really that much anymore because I'm fucking poor. But they're the ones getting drunk off their own shit. You're 22. I'm 22, yeah. That's the thing. Most people, at least in my voice, and especially my looks, everyone assumes I'm a lot younger than I actually am, which is really funny. That's an entire thing. People, to this day, think I'm, like, 18 or some shit. Funny, I'm also 32. Small world, huh? But everyone thinks, based on what I look and sound, everyone thinks I'm a lot younger than I am, which is the funniest shit to me. I will always get carded at places because they think I'm like a fucking high schooler or some shit. Like in high school, I had a big fight with my best friends about some dumb game because we both wanted to build our homes in the same place. Yeah. Yeah. Because that is what happens. As long as it doesn't break your fucking friendship, it really doesn't matter in the long run of things. I think there was only like a few instances where something was like so world ending where it's like, okay, I don't want to associate with this person anymore. And it's like, okay, you gotta do some like really stupid shit in that regard. Like you gotta be like a fucking stinker, if that makes any sense. That kind of thing. Like alcohol is so different in Germany. Like we did it with that with 14, and I feel like I'm too old for alcohol. That's fair. The only like that's like one thing I kind of hate about the U.S. and it's not the fucking like, oh, alcohol is 21. No, what I hate is that like all the ages should just be the fucking same, in my opinion. Because to be a legal adult in America, you have to be 18. But restrictions don't really come off until you're like 21. Like you can't buy like in some states, I don't think you could buy like cigarettes or some shit until you're like 19 or some shit. You can't buy alcohol till you're 21 everywhere. That's just how it is. There's certain things you can't do till you're 21. You can go into the military at 18, but you can't have alcohol, which is the weirdest shit to me. Like everything should just be the same fucking age. Like make shit so fucking complicated. Like to be considered an adult and do like most adult shit, it should just all be 18 or all be 21. It should not be so fucking different, you know? That's like the one thing I don't like. Because it really just makes shit a lot more confusing. Because why shouldn't a fucking like 18-year-old be allowed to drink? Not allowed to drink. It's stupid. It's really stupid. Like why 21? Why is 21 the arbitrary number? It doesn't make sense. Scary. You guys drive a car with 16. We're only 18. Like you can drink it, so you can't drink till 21, but we can with 16. It's just dumb. It really is. Like with the driving stuff, it's a little more variable, and I kind of get it because you can technically, I think in certain areas you can drive when you're 15 too. But I've like, it makes more sense. I mean, Kiji, hey, little friendly anarchist, how you doing? It was a fantastic evening, afternoon, wherever it is in your part of the world. I was bitching about how stupid the US is when it comes to the age requirements for shit, because I just think it should all be the same age, more or less. Like, if you go under 18 for certain things, I think it's fine. Like, 16 for driving, that's fine, alright? But I think if you can do, like, life-changing things, and you can't, like, drink, that's stupid. Like, going into the military, you can, that's life-changing, you could die, etc., etc., but you can't drink. That's stupid. That's really stupid to me. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna legally drink for 4 days. Happy, late birthday then, dude. Enjoy the land of the alcohol. You can now go to, like, Total Wine or something to get, like, any kind of alcohol needs. I know that's a worldwide, well, national chain at least. That's an alcohol store. And you can get all the alcohol. Low-key, though, that's, like, a best place I could find, like, stuff for. Like, it's called fucking Total Wine because it has, like, wine and everything. But, like, it is such a good selection, and I like that a lot more. Hey, Ian. How you doing on a fantastic evening afternoon? I'm just yapping right now. Unfortunately, talking about alcohol. I swear I'm not an alcoholic, guys. I swear. We were talking about other shit earlier, which became a topic because I was bitching about age requirements. Because I think it all should be the same. I don't drink, but also 21 is also the legal age for pistols, so I'm very happy, more or less. Yeah, even that should all be 18 to me. It should all be 18. Like, if you're an adult at 18, it should be 18. If not, it should be 21. It should all be that. Just make it the same. I feel like 16 is good for driving, but I would want that you could do drive. Also, could drive with 16 in Germany. Like, we can kind of drive with 16, but, like, with parents, even when you already got your driver's license, yeah. Yeah. You get all rifles and shotguns at 18. And that makes sense. That makes more sense to me. I just think everything should be at 18, personally. That's my personal take. An AK but not a clock. Well, I don't think you can, I mean, you can get one, but you can't get, like, you know, certain ones, I guess. That's another topic, I think. I'm not gun nuts, I wouldn't know too much about, like, that kind of bullshit. What's another thing that's been happening? Oh. I need to get more games. I need to get more games. It's 33rd pin, yeah. Because I've been playing more games in my off time lately. Because there's always shit. I'm very, very moldable. I talk about this, but I'm very moldable by my fucking YouTube page. if stuff's interesting to me, I'll just start fucking. I'd be like getting the urge to play it. Like I got so many. I've been getting like videos or whatever about Civilization. It's like, oh, okay, dude, I'm playing Civ 6 now. Fuck it, I have Civ 6. I'm playing Civ 6 now. I suck at Civ 6, but I wanted to play it. I still suck at it. I just think drinking with 18 would make sense. Yeah, I have too many games. I've been replaying some stuff. Like, you guys know me as a Fire Emblem fan. I've been playing a lot of it, replaying a lot of it in my own time, because if it's not new, it's not really interesting. So I've been replaying some of the older, replaying some of the ones I played in the past. I really have been into for giggles. I need to get an RPK at some point. Oh, hopefully you do. So it's fun, even if you suck at it. Yeah, I just like being America. I like being America, and because I'm American, I gotta be America. That's the one thing I like about those kind of games. You can really be like any kind of, at least most countries, which is kind of cool. That's also kind of why I like grand strategy games like I haven't played this, but I know Victoria, like, you can play as a lot of places. Crusader Kings, even Hearts of Iron. Like, people really like those games because you can really be, you can be whatever you know, your home state, which is nice. You know, if you're from some really, what's it called? A really remote part of the world, like you're from like Central Africa. That's like, if you play like Hearts of Iron 4 Victoria, you can be that. You can play those games. You can be your area, which is really sick to me. Where let's say you're from some European one, you're from Serbia. You can play Serbia in those games, and you can do whatever you want in those. At least it's the area there. And you know, people usually don't get those two experiences. It's really nice. RPKs are going for blah 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 blah. Damn. Okay, I don't know gun stuff, so I don't know shit about it. Unfortunately. I know that's why people like those games. Even if they don't get that much, certain countries don't get necessarily that much love. You know, it's so nice to be able to do shit. Because it's cool. You know, a lot of people have connections to certain games because they can relate to them more, you know? Like, if you're from New York, you're gonna like games that take place in New York City because, you know, you have a more connection to them because that's where you live. That's your place. You know, it's really cool. It's just one of those things, man. It's not something you really think about, but it is kind of cool. Sorry, this song's in my head now. I always kind of think it's cool that like some games are really made worldwide. You don't even get it. Like, they're made in like different countries and shit. This is a random thing because we're still on game topics. From when I was younger, I always just thought of like every video game company was like American, or like maybe the random Canadian one because I knew there was like stuff like Ubisoft Montreal or whatever bullshit. But like, what was I saying? But like, just random shit. Like, hey, the dudes that made like Baldur's Gate 3, fucking Belgian. People that made The Witcher, the Polish. People that made me Side recently, which blew up, was Russian. I always think it's cool because I always forget those. It was funny. I always thought they were Japanese when I was little. Maybe because I just wasn't a weeb back then. Also, see you later, Raul. I do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Good luck on your uni stuff, dude. But what was it called? You're just learning like random things about like, hey, XYZ thing is made here, there, everywhere. It's really neat because sometimes you don't really expect them because, hey, I wasn't expecting to be like one of the big companies in the fucking area. Like, for a while, one of the biggest companies making games would be a Polish one. Or like, the games that win Game of the Year made in Belgium. You know, Japanese stuff, of course, has its own thing nowadays, so I obviously know that. It's just European ones that mostly surprise me, because I never think about that. Because I never think of European as game developers, no offense to any Euros. But it's just not something I think about. But hey, they make some fucking bangers, so good job. Canada too. Euros, girls. Hey. They brought some fucking bangers. Let's be real, man. Brought some bangers. Even though America has a shit ton too. I'm kind of curious about like random like random places in Europe, like wondering if they made ones. Because like mostly indie games are like fucking darts throws of where it's made. See, I mentioned Mayside earlier. That's not a company, but the people who made those are Russian, which is really cool to me. Because how many games do you know are made in Russian that really popped off like that, you know? Like Stalker is another one that really popped off, and that's Ukrainian, you know? Finland is the king of games when it comes to Europe. That makes sense. That makes sense. I remember Finland has like a shit ton of games. Wasn't... I need to look this up. I want to make this up. I know there's like a decent amount of like what indie games are made from Finland, right? But I have to look up Finnish games. No, I'm not dragging that to OBS. I'm just dragging it to my other screen, please. Please, let me drag this out, please. There you go. My summer car is a big one. Yeah. I want to say... Okay, I'm looking at like a random assortment of games right now. Because I remember seeing a meme was like, you know, Finland has some like fucked up brain because they make some weird shit. Wait a minute, what? Wait. I need to see this right now. They're Finnish? What? Okay, developers, gotta go here. The people that made Alan Wake are Finnish. What? Okay, that's actually kind of sick. So the people that made Alan Wake 1, Alan Wake 2, fucking Control, they're Finnish. That's like AAA shit. Good games. Did not know they were Finnish. Interesting. Angry Birds is Finnish. That's cool. Baba Is You is Finnish. Damn. I'm trying to look at more because I'm kind of trying to pick out like the good stuff from the shit. Like Noita is like Finnish. I know that one was, which is like a very big thing. That's like an indie game that like a lot of people really like, etc. etc. I gotta see this. Yeah, Fear and Hunger was a big one that was like, that game's insane, but it's also made from fucking Finland. Damn, Quantum Break was made in Finland? That's so weird. They do make a good amount of games. City Skylines? The Finns make games. What the fuck? The Finns make games. This is weird. This is weird looking at this thing. Lakeview Cabin. Well, just the collection, but still, that's a Finnish game. Goddamn. Weird. I'm just looking at the notable ones, at least I know. There's probably more if you know, like, know certain subsections of games and shit. It's just interesting to me. You know? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I'm scratching my nose right now. Oh, Max Payne. Max Payne is Finnish, I guess. Because I guess they were made by Remedy too. Didn't even think about that. At least the first two is. More you know. That's interesting me. Okay, Finland. I didn't know. You know, I wasn't familiar with your game, Finland, but apparently you're with the shits, my guy. That's really interesting. That's really interesting, dude. What are they on? Like, isn't like Finland also Sweden, isn't it? I was trying to think of the place that had like the highest like rate of happiness or some shit, and it was like Finland or Sweden. It was one of the two. One of those two Scandinavian countries. I don't know. It'd be neat to visit now. I think it'd be cool. I'm broke though. Also, I wouldn't go during the winter. You would not catch me dead going there in the winter, dude. I would be a popsicle. It was Sweden's, I think. Finns did in fact take over them. I see. I think I do have a like one person I know that's Finnish. Was he Finnish or Swedish? He was one of the two. I just know we joked about, like, we convinced some people to think he was French instead, and it was really funny. That's like the most offensive thing you can do to your European friend, is to make people think he's French. That's like psychological damage, dude. That's like making them believe, wow, dude, that guy is fucking French. You should go talk to him in French. And they're like, don't you? They told me you're French. He's like, why the fuck would I be French? Dude, that's fucking hilarious. I've been talking about it with some friends too, but I don't even know what's coming out in 2025. Honestly, like I didn't know what's coming out in 2024, but I should really look up what's coming out this coming year, dude. There's probably new games and shit. Oh fuck, no, I didn't do that. I thought I'd switch things around. I'm really curious because I need to do better. I need to know what's coming out in 2025. Probably the Switch 2 games because I don't know what fucking else is coming out on the fucking thing. God knows that console's gonna be interesting. Games coming out. I haven't really been paying attention to too much shit. Coming out in 2025. Just out of curiosity. Because there's games. Probably a lot I'm not gonna care about. I'm like, hey, you know. Interesting. Wait, what the fuck is this? These are... What the fuck is this? Oh, games really... Okay, there it is. I was like, they started off in a weird way. If that's January, we're gonna ignore this. And February, because fuck that, I'm too lazy. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything notable now, because I'm like, I don't know, I get curious, you know? A lot of it's just random bullshit that's like, this is probably not going to be anything notable, but it's like coming out. Like, oh, look, a Damachi game. I'm not gonna play that, but it's coming out. Oh yeah, the My Sims is coming out in March. Interesting. Sasuke Shadows, Xenoblade Chronicle X, a definitive edition. Kinda neat. Not gonna play it though. Wait, what? They're remastering The Last of Us Part 2? Why? That game came out recently. Didn't they already remaster it? How many remasters of this game are they doing? I thought they already remastered it. What? When did this game come out? It came out like 5 years ago. Why is it already getting remastered? It came out to Windows this year. Oh no, it's coming out to Windows this year. That's insane to me. That's wild. Sorry. Some games don't need that remastered that soon. I'm just saying, when you're on like the PS4 and Xbox One, I think at that point you just generally don't need a remaster. At least for a long time. Because diminishing returns, dude. Diminishing returns to me. They're remastering Days Gone. Jesus Christ, Sony. Are you just remastering games? Why? Won't front to you, I guess, do you? Oh, Elden Ring's getting the new DLC. Yeah, I'm just boredly looking through stuff. Like, ooh, FNAF game. Ooh. Oh, yeah. They're remaking Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid. I should play that. That's coming out in August, though. Like, holy shrimp. Oh, Borderlands 4. I'm not gonna play that. I never really played Borderlands. There's a lot of unscheduled ones too that are probably not coming out. You know? That's like the stuff where it's like, oh, this might come out 2025. This might not. Just say it's coming out 2025, but they haven't delayed it yet. If they have. A lot of it's just random stuff, because it's like you're looking through it and it's like, okay, kinda interesting. What the fuck is this? What do you mean? Whatever, that's something to look at later, if anything. It's just interesting. What? Like they're making a spin-off of Deep Rock Galactic? Interesting. I should play more of that. I haven't played Deep Rock Galactic. Oh, Dying Light the Beast! They're making the new Dying Light game. I forgot about that. That's actually something I probably would want to play. As long as it's more like the first one rather than the second one. Some people didn't really like the second one. I didn't. I don't like it when zombie games give... What's it called? When they give zombie games... give zombies, what's it called? Health bars. I never liked those. Because that's the thing, dude. When you give them, like, health bars, it gets, like... They shouldn't take, like, 20 years to kill. Oh, Grand Theft Auto 6, that's a big one. No date on that, though. At least according to Wikipedia. But... You know, it's one of those things. One of those things, man. You know, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Now, unfortunately... ever played Kingdom Hearts? Surprisingly enough, a little. A very, very minuscule amount. When I was really young, I forget what copyright, I think it was 2. Or 1. I think it was 1. Because 1 starts off at an island, right? I played a little bit of it, right? It was my sister's copy. And I remember she would get mad at me. Which I don't actually remember this, but she told me she got mad at me. Because I would delete her save just so I could restart it. I was a child. I was stupid. Do not judge me. And I remember she ended up hiding the game from me because she didn't want to risk her save file getting deleted, which is completely fair. Honestly, really fair. I do not judge her for that in the slightest. And that's my like only experience, because I never got past like the first like off the island. I never got off it. And so I never really played the fucking game. So I have my experience with it is very, very nil. I think it's probably a fine game from what I've seen. I just don't play too many of those RPGs because they usually take forever. Like, I might be okay with it every once in a while. Like, I don't want to say this, 'cause it's gonna be really silly. I'm like a Persona fan, dude. Don't mess with Persona fans. We don't even play the games. But, to be fair, I at least I played a little bit of 1. I played a good bit of Persona 3 Fez, not Reload. I don't own Reload. And then I fell off, and then it's like, well, I'm never gonna play it again because Reload just exists, and I want to play Reload instead. But I know the lore. And, you know, technically people consider Fire Emblem an RPG, which is really funny to me. But I don't know. I don't know. Those things. I'm not a big RPG guy. Too much. At least not JRPG. Maybe more Western stuff. I think I can fuck more with RPGs. Like, I liked Fallout a lot for whatever reason. I played a lot of Fallout 4. And that's an RPG, but it's a good old Todd Howe RPG. You know, it's very, very different in first person. Very different experience. What other RPG games have I played? Oh God, I'm trying to think. I played a little bit of Skyrim, but I was never that into Skyrim, surprisingly. I never played any other Elder Scrolls game. Elder Scrolls. I don't know. My tastes are so fucking all over the place when it comes to games. But one thing I am gonna have to do before it cucks me is I'm gonna take another ad break before it just shoves up out of nowhere. So I'll be back in 3 minutes with probably a new topic or some bullshit. I'll pull something out my ass because that's what I'm good at doing. I'll be back in 3 minutes, guys. Don't hate me. 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 I'm unfortunately back. Oh no. Watch out, fellas. The hit shit Kiji the Waffle is queer. Queer. No, wait, that sounds like... I'm trying to say here with a Q instead. I'm being stupid. Oh god. I'm out of water, guys. This is so over. It's so over for me. I gotta think about it. I gotta do other shit soon. I also have been getting too much of a habit. I feel like my... What's it called? I've been really much in a slump of like my college stuff. Not in a bad way. I've just been really lazy. Because I feel like I'm still in the mode of, oh dude, I'm not locking in because school just started kind of mood. Ever since like the second week, like the first week's understandable, but the second week we had a fucking snow, like a few snow days that like canceled school for like the most part, and its consequences have fucked me up. Because the third week was just continuation of like laziness, because that's what the fucking first week's for, and it basically was the first week all over again. Like before the first week all over again. Also, Orange S Pop, how you doing, bro? How you doing, Busky? We're just bullshitting. That's what I like doing. That's what I am, secretly. Oh, what was I talking about again? But after that, we had like other bullshit, whatever. And then I had my con, which I brain farted. What I missed? You didn't miss too much. Well, you missed a lot, actually. It's been 3 hours. What am I talking about? I talked about my weekend stuff. Like, I went to some cons and everything. Went on some marvelous misadventures. Mainly involving having to take care of a drunkie. And it ruined my entire con, low-key. Valentine's Day shit. Basically me not doing anything because... life. Talked about games. We talked about a lot of games. Mainly, surprisingly, that Finnish people make a lot of games, which is really shocking. We talked about some anime shit. There was some talks about, like, me. I ended up joking about, like, some... there was a little money if you had, like, there's a amount of money if you do, like, Vtuber feet rigging or some shit. You could... There's a market there if you have, like, a really good feet rigging. I don't know what caused that. That was me entering my brain fart mode, that kind of thing. It wasn't too much. Right now, the topic is fucking dick. I don't know. I have kind of brain farted after the game stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a gamer at heart, but I'm too varied in my game choices. Okay, I'm a proud variety gamer. I don't play one thing, just one thing. No, one thing I don't like is like one thing that makes me kind of sad whenever it comes to like couch gaming, which I really miss. A lot of the time, the only thing you really mess around with other friends is just fighting games. That's the saddest thing. Like party games and fighting games. That's the only thing, and I don't own any party games. The only game I own is like Smash. I don't have any games I can just boot up with a friend and play with, like couch co-op, that kind of thing. You don't really get too many of those nowadays. What's up, hey VR? How you doing, man? We're talking about stuff. Like, the last game I think that was truly made for couch co-op, or like any kind of co-op, was what, A Way Out? Which was really good for what it was. What it really was really surprisingly good for that kind of experience. Which I'm really happy. Now I'm gonna ping you on Discord. Why? Don't? This is random? But, what was I gonna say? But yeah, you don't really see too many of those nowadays. It's really fun. You know, those are really good experiences that I kind of missed. Like, I'd always boot up an old game. Like, I fucking get 4 people, 4 controllers, you can boot up, like, fucking play, like, I don't know, fucking Call of Duty Zombies or some shit. You know, that kind of thing. But those kind of... like, that fucking split screen sucks, dude. Because you don't pay... You just play that online. There's no reason not to, but, you know, you don't really think about that kind of thing. Like, not many of those good experiences are really things nowadays. One thing that was kind of cool about the con that I forgot to mention was that for some reason on the PS5s there, they had like fucking Crash'll Castles booted in the arcade area. So we ended up playing some Cash'll Crashers while we had like some time. So like, fuck it, dude. Like, when's the last time you played fucking Castle Crashers? You know? Fuck. I was really shit at it when my friend was fucking goated. I was like, dude, I haven't played this shit in forever. Why the fuck would I not want to play this? It was really silly. It was good memories. Also talk about other shit there, like the fucking sniper game we had was really, like Konami had, was really cool. I already forgot the name, but it's really hard, but it's really fun. Cause like, you had to like, you do better if you get headshots and shit, but you gotta be really fast, otherwise you would run out of time, that kind of thing. I remember when I first played it, some dude just left it at like this like mission selecting for like the final part, right? And I was like, oh, I'll just pick it up and play because the dude left. I'm like, whatever, you know. And I picked the selection. It was like a final mission kind of thing. You could pick up to 3. And I remember the one I picked. I got to the end, and you can only really like fail the entire thing at the end because you have like one shot that counts. I didn't know that I had one shot to this counts, but it was some like flamboyant dude on piano basically saying like, oh, I'm launching nukes everywhere for no good reason. And it's like, oh, why? And I didn't know I had one shot to shoot this man in the head with that's on playing a piano, swearing back and forth. Otherwise, the world's gonna go off. But it went off, and I had no chance. And I was like, okay, well, that's that game done. It was really fun. It was a really fun game. Well, I talk about the train game too. The train game we had was really fun, just really hard. You want to fucking like, what's it called? You drive a Tokyo train or subway thing, whatever, and you had to be like on your shit. Like, I played the hardest mode of that because there's like really easy modes where all you have to do is fucking like speed up and like park and observe the speed limit essentially. And I played the hardest difficulty. We gotta like, oh, you have to turn on the lights after you turn off the lights when you close the doors, that kind of thing. It was basically a train operator game, but it was really surprisingly really fun. It was really good. And people that played the game were kind of ass because no one's playing it. But I had fun with it. There was other things I could play there. Like, there was a shit ton of rhythm games and shit like that. There's a VR thing that we almost did. They were like, oh, I don't want to play VR. And I was like, okay. I won't play VR then. It would have been really fun if we did, though. But shit like that. It was a really cool experience. The arcade was really fun. Oh, I forgot to mention, too. There was also, you know those like, people that have, like, that wrap their cars in, like, anime shit? There was those there, too. And most of them were like par for the course kind of shit that I frankly wouldn't really, it was animes I wouldn't really have on my, I keep messing on my key. I fucking have ADHD or some shit brain right now. I don't have ADHD though. But it would be like animes that are like really popular, like fucking one dude had a My Hero car, there was one dude that had like Nezuko on both sides of the car, and like someone else on its like backside, I think, and hood. I don't remember who. The one I remember really liking was one dude had a bike that only had Hollow from Spice and Wolf, and he had like a little basket with like flowers in it and everything with a little plush, and I'm like, okay, this is my favorite. I didn't take a photo of it, but it was my favorite. Also, I was really, for some reason, I wanted to check out all the license plates too, because I was like, where are these cars like from anyway? Because they get them from somewhere. And the funniest thing is that I noticed like almost all of them, at least the ones I saw, I made note of, because I made make note of every one of them, but the ones I didn't make note of, all of them were either from South Carolina or Georgia. I don't know why, but they're filled with fucking weebs there that like fuck up their car, not fuck up, but they deck out their cars, dude. There was like one from Bama, which was a Bama-based con, you know, which makes sense. But there was like one guy. Everyone else was from South Carolina and Florida, which is really funny to me. They were cool shits, but like, you know, my favorite was a fucking Hollow bike because Hollow's base, you know, what am I saying, man? The fucking, I'm a man of taste, you know, one of those. Is there anything else I forgot about? Because I'm trying to like jingle my brain together. I'm like, nothing really. The only thing I could probably like forget about was like the vendor stuff, but like all the vendor things were just like part of the course. Like, oh look, a lot of cool shit. Not gonna buy though. Smile. That's basically what I did. I didn't do anything like buy anything like I did the first year. First year I bought so much shit because I had to. There was a lot of shit I bought. But meh. Is what it is. Is what it is. That's life. Sometimes you buy shit, sometimes you don't, and then sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. Like this year. Is what it is. It's what it is. I do want to go back next year, because hopefully next year will be a lot more fun. Because I got other plans with these friends for future stuff that I can't really talk about because reasons. But hopefully there'll be more things. One thing I want to do next year that I haven't done forever was actually throw a proper birthday party for me. Because all my friends, because unfortunately, My place is unironically becoming the spot where everyone just throws their parties now because I let one friend do it. And I'm a pushover, and 2 other people already asked, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna do it now. And so I'm just like letting them fucking do it because I'm brain dead. I think one's this month actually. He hasn't really talked to me about it, so I don't know. That's like 2 weeks from now. But it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, sure, whatever, man. But like, if I want to do my, if people are gonna use my place, I'm gonna do my own fucking party here one of these days for my own birthday, which is like the start of the fucking year, semester, like when we come back from summer, which is really fun. Gotta love having an August birthday, because fucking, you know. I don't know. I don't know why I'm also just going on Twitter right now. What is wrong with me? It's one of those days, dude. I just have to. I can't resist Twitter. Twitter is my thing. Oh, fun thing. I don't think I've mentioned this to any of you guys yet. But here's a fun fact. I'm gonna be an attorney soon. I joined a Marvel Rivals one, and I only really got the team sorted out somewhat recently, like last week. And I kind of forgot to mention it. I was gonna announce it on Twitter probably, and then I forgot. But just know that I'm gonna be in one soonish with some friendly friends of friends my friends. Yeah, hate me. I don't care. I'm not really expecting it to. I have a weird mentality when it comes to tournaments and stuff. I don't really ever expect to do well because I tend to not be really sweaty in games. And some of my friends kind of don't like me for it. But like, you need to stop being so gamer, and it's like, okay. I just don't have hope. That's really different. But like when it comes to tourneys, it's like, okay, I know I'm probably not gonna win because the guys who are gonna win are the ones that like have thousands of hours and make games already. That's not me. I know I'm not. That's not me. But hey, fuck it. It can be memorable in other ways. That's why I'm here. I'm here to have fun, and that's why I'm still here, because I'm, one of those guys. There's fun in it, that's why I do what I do. Also, why are they making a Jollibee Nendroid? I saw that on Twitter. Why are they making a Jollibee Nendroid? That's just random. I mean, hey, Jollibee, that's good food, but it's not even, like, completely 100% worldwide, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, that's a new trailer for Minecraft. Oh, that still looks awful. I'm randomly seeing a new trailer for Minecraft movie, which I still don't care about. But I low-key want to look at the train fire later. That's one of those movies, right? That's one of those movies that's like you want to potentially watch just because you know it's gonna be shit. It's kind of like the FNAF movie, which people did actually like. But if you're watching the FNAF movie, I feel like you're just watching it because you really want to just like joke around with it, dude, in a way. That's how I wanted to watch it, at least. Like, when the fucking new Saw movie came out recently, and the Saw movies are generally good movies, don't get me wrong, but there were certain scenes in the last one where I just looked over at my friends and, like, made a crack silently, because I'm not a dick. There were certain things I just had, like, whispered to them, and they're like, holy fuck. And it's like, it's the funniest shit to us. That's peak. That's peak to me. You can just, like, casually enjoy shit. I mean, I mentioned that earlier, but that's just how I am, man. That's how I am. That's what it is, man. Okay, I'm gonna put that on each tab. I'm being ill in the brain. I need to look at them more. I need to look at them more. And scratch it, my fucking things. There's a lot of things on here. I need to stop looking at Twitter. Twitter is like my go-to wasting time. Other than sleeping, because I've been sleeping so much more. Holy fuck, I've been sleeping so much. Mainly because it's Sunday. But ugh. I like sleeping. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know why. It's like I chill in my bed on my phone watching whatever. and then I just get sleepies, and it's like, okay, it's time, and I like set an alarm for 20 minutes, and then it goes off, and it's like, I could go longer, and then I just sleep for like an hour or two, and it's like, there goes my afternoon. There that goes. Everything. That's not good. That's not gonna lead to fun occasions. You know, the funny thing is, another thing I forgot to mention with like working out with my friends recently. Like, two of my friends work there, right, at the place we work out, because they're gym bros basically, but they're like the good kind, so it's fine. With the section they work at, there's a whiteboard where they just randomly ask questions to all the workers there for giggles, and sometimes just do odd shit, you know. And sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, dude, what's the best Minecraft wood?" And it's like a lot of like shit or whatever. The one that I kept seeing that was like today's or like this week's was like, "What's your hyperfixation?" And, you know, it was a lot of random shit. One of the things I thought was funny was that one dude put Risk of Rain 2, and my friend was telling me, yeah, he never played it, but he did it because he knows I like it, so I put it hard next to it, and I'm like, what? And I'm so tempted to just put myself down and answer one of these questions just to, like, fuck with people, because they don't know who I am. Because I know my two friends that work there, they don't know me. You know, I could just write shit, and they won't know. How would they know? I have the ability to. The certain people there think I work there because I'm just associated with these two guys that actually work there. But what do they know? You know? I could just put whatever. I could put giggles. I added a smiley face today. I could add an answer right now. I could put I don't know, fucking glorb. Words. All right. I could put whatever. I have the power. I'm an American. The power to put things. But it's funny. Oh god, I can't remember the other answers. Sometimes it's just funny shit. Sometimes you just find funny shit. That's how it goes. What the fuck is that on Twitter? It's so random and weird. I need to stop looking at this. I just get really can. Sometimes like, my Twitter feed is weird. What the fuck? I am not saying that, but that's just. My shit's cursed sometimes. I know it's like product of my own doing, but you know, I revel in the chaos. You know, that's just how I am. You know, that's how I am, bro. It is what it is. I'm just going crazy right now. That's all it is. My sleepy gears are turning on, and I'm getting eepy. I'm an eepy baby. You know, not literally. Don't say I am. But it's how it is. It's how it is. All right. Maybe. I know it might be early, but I might want to end early too. It's because I'm getting tired. I might need more time to sleep anyway. So, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna be. I'm a Wdym. I'm Wdym playing Roblox. Wait, what do you mean rate? Why? Why am I rating? Why am I rating? You're a fucking bitch. You're a fucking bitch. I'll do the push bomb once the raid thing is going. Okay? Okay? Just know, we're gonna give him a thing. I'm gonna do my whole spiel. If you don't have sub, you can use this raid message. It's pretty cool and pretty awesome and everything. If you do have words, if you do have a sub, you can use this one, which is kind of pretty cool. It's one of my favorites. It's my heart and everything. Have a good rest. Yeah. Next stream will be on Thursday. It'll be more, actually tomorrow, not Thursday, tomorrow. It'll be more Bioshock 2, and you get to see me be shit at the game. But it'll be fun, because I'll be Big Daddy, and I'll be fun. I'll be yapping, you know me. But without further ado, gentlemen, I will see y'all later after this push-up, because you guys will think about it if I do it on the fucking outro screen. There. You're welcome. You're welcome. Aren't I so fucking nice? You people don't fucking appreciate it. But either way, I'll see you gentlemen next time. Whee!